Oops. Even misdemeanor's not up early today. Oh, Lordy, Lordy. I'll wait. Oh. Hi, Cricket. Thank you. Welcome. Hi, Babe Beauty. Morning. Scottish Stacy, good morning. Because I'm monetized and I can. Scottish Stacy. Amanda Ray, good morning. Yeah, I do the skippable ads so you can skip through them. Hey, Ems. Yo, yo, yo. Yo, yo, yo. Oh, Lord. I thought, I don't know. I was watching the rest of Jenny Jen Jen's live from last night because like they were talking about Wendy V, which Wendy V has been, I don't know if any of you know, she's been riding my ass for a couple months. Yeah, Scottish Stacy, I'm monetized. So I didn't, for the longest, I've been monetized for a while, but I didn't have the ads going for a while. But I figured I'm up every morning. So if I can make a few pennies, which is just a few pennies, off these, then I will,
Good morning.
which I will share with Miss Demeter. Good morning. Oh, you sound like you just got up.
I did. I slept for. It's crazy. Good morning, guys.
Yeah, you know what? I did like, I mean, usually I sleep in spurts. It's like, like 1 hour here and then I'm up for an hour and then I'm out. I slept right straight through. I slept so good after last night, and yesterday was such a good day after we got off here. You know what I mean? Jelly bean.
I know what you mean, Jelly Bean. Good morning, everybody.
Right. Um, I don't know if you guys, if any, good afternoon. Oh yeah, that's right. It's afternoon where Carrie is. Good afternoon,
That's right.
Carrie. And evening to everyone. Love to you, Carla, and everyone. Thursday is your rubbish day. Yes, Thursday is everybody knows Thursday is my garbage day. Yes, it is.
I say we take a field trip and go visit Carrie today.
Yes. Oh, she's in Scotland. You ever hear her
I
talk?
know.
She's got the
Yes.
best accent ever. Best
It's
accent.
it is pretty.
Best
I'm yawning my
accent.
head off. Gosh.
Mm.
Ugh.
Yeah, she does. I thought maybe I was going to let you sleep. I'm still sending out prayers to Nanya's mother is still in the hospital. They took her phone away from her mother yesterday, so no one could get a hold of her mother because they wanted her to get rest.
Yeah.
But
Well, yeah.
They failed to, yeah, but they failed to tell that nobody could get a hold of her. So of course her family was panicking, why they couldn't get a hold of her because you can't go and visit people in the hospital now. Start your morning with a good old thumbs up on this team, okay?
You're too cute.
Ems, you're coming up here today. I miss Ems when when she doesn't come up here, it's like we miss her.
Good morning, Bailey, Kimberly, Ems, Carrie. Did I miss a bit? Bay Beauty. My girl. Scottish Shade.
I had to go into my settings yesterday and block a few more people and take some wrenches and
Cricket.
yeah.
Who win? Did I miss that? No. Never mind.
Oh, thank you, Carrie. Thank you, Ems. Hey, Bailey. Yeah, I was watching. I actually missed I missed the beginning of Jenny Jen Jen's live, and I kind of well, you know what we did after, and then I listened. I was listening. I was listening to the last of it. Hey, two tacos. Good morning. Good
Good
morning.
morning, Mary O.
Oh, two
What's
tacos.
going on with Ginger?
Two. Mm, why? What's the matter?
I don't know.
Well, I
Mary,
was
can
going
you
to say
come up for
something.
just a sec?
Whoa, 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 whoa. Mary, can you please come up? Oh, wait. What's going on? Can you please come up just for a second to tell us what's going on?
Or for the day if you want to.
Yeah. Or for the
Good
day. Yeah, you can come up for
morning,
as long as
Dory.
you want. But I will. Oh, Bailey, thank you so much. You're such a sweetheart. Thank you so much. I don't know. Did Mary O say she'd come up? Hi, Dory. Yeah, I'm sending prayers. Um, can someone tell me what's going on with Ginger?
Yeah.
In the hospital again? I don't know. I'm so lost here. Radio silence. Thank you, Bailey, again. Hey, babe beauty. Morning, Pixie. Oh my God, it's like whole like old home week yesterday. Morning,
Good morning,
Samara.
Pixie. Good morning, Samara. I sound like a frog.
Did she tell us what's going on? I
Hi,
talked to her
Janice.
yesterday and she didn't say anything. And then I got home and noticed she was in, oh, she's in the hospital.
Oh, man.
Oh, yeah. Well, we're definitely going to send out prayers for Ginger Locke's mom.
Yeah.
Definitely. This is what it's in, what life is about, people. Real
We
life
do,
stuff.
Dory.
Real life stuff.
Dory, are you my
Hey,
sister?
misdemeanor. Remember, I told you you look just like my sister. Well, you also have the same first name. Woo! I remember
And
that.
I never hear that name ever. I really don't. I don't ever
What?
hear my own
Sue?
name.
Sue?
Yeah, no, yeah,
Remember that song, A Boy Named Sue?
uh-huh.
I love that song.
As a matter of
Was that
fact,
Johnny Cash?
yes, it was. You want to hear a funny story? Because you know, always if it's country music, I want to have a funny story usually. So I don't remember who wrote it. I have to look it up. Um, and then I'll explain why maybe. But you know, when it comes down to when he says, "When I have a boy, I'm going to name him anything but Bill or George. Anything. I'm going to name him Bill or George. Anything but Sue."
Yeah.
The Bill was my dad, and George was George Jones.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So now every time I hear it, it's like silly. Or every time growing up, whatever.
Misdemeanor has the coolest stories from when she was growing up. Really, one day I'm going to sit her down and it's going to be just misdemeanor stories.
We're trying to get my mom to write a
And they're
book.
definitely not a snooze fest.
Trying to get her to write a book. But you know, and
Well, she should. And she's got the gift of like writing. Hi, Ozzy Vic.
good morning, Aussie Vic.
Good morning. Good morning. Popping in to deliver a message to Pixie. Okay. Pixie, are you still here? Ozzy Vic, do you want to come up and give her the message or do you want to just type it in the chat? Up to you. Ozzy Vic, she was in Laura's Patreon, wasn't she? I think so.
Yeah, uh-huh.
Not when I don't think when I
Before
was
right,
in there.
right before I got there, she is
Mm,
gone. Then I
I
hated
think she
that.
was gone when I got there too. I heard she's awesome lady.
She is awesome.
Everybody had nothing but nice things to say. Did Pixie, did Jenny Jen Jen get in touch with you? I have no idea. I do not know. Oh, Lord.
Good morning, Charlie.
Charlie Girl says. Hi, Charlie Girl. Charlie Girl. I was a Patreon from March to August. Yeah. I didn't last very long in there either. I think I was
Me
on
neither.
from August to January or from September to January. I can't remember. Good morning, Bing. I'm really having a hard time with that name, but Bing.
Oh, Lucky, I'm so sorry.
What?
Lucy, is in my thoughts and prayers. She had to put her little dog down and she is
Oh,
heartbroken.
oh, sorry.
Oh my God.
That is really hard.
Yeah, been
It's like,
thinking about my baby girl here lately. The last
mm,
couple of days, it's been rough.
told Amanda how Jenny can find me on Discord. I don't know how to search her. Pixie is awesome. Pixie is awesome. She's an awesome girl. Yesterday was so great. It was such a great day. It could
It
have
was
been
cool
turned
too.
out to be a shitty day, but it turned out to be wonderful. We need to do that more often. Did Em say she was coming up or not? We haven't had sex with Ems for a long time.
Right?
Hey, honey boo boo. It almost seems like it was longer than 5 months, Ozzy. I'm not questioning the time frame whatsoever. I just felt like you were a supporter of hers so long. Morning, by the way. Good morning, honey. I was like, I'm saying hello. Good morning to my husband. Good morning, honey. Honey, I'm home. I never say that. I never get to say that because I'm always home. Let me get some fresh coffee and then I'll pop up. Okay, darling. Okay, darling. Yeah, so I'm not gonna address what Wendy said about me yesterday. She's dead to me. I wish she'd like
Right?
get off my case, but hey, it is what it is. She's just showing herself to be what she is. Um,
October 28th. 2018. Okay.
oh, you followed her when she was doing. It's always nice when Ems is on panel morning. Mrs. D and Carla. Yeah, I sometimes think that if I wasn't here, nobody would miss me.
What?
Maybe it would go better if I wasn't here.
I
Maybe
would
there would be
miss
a lot
you.
less hate, a lot less hate going on, a lot more loving.
Listen, you're saving a lot of people from YouTube hate being that target. I'm just saying.
I know if they're
Good
picking on
grief.
me, they're not, I tell you though, some people need to keep their mouth shut.
Good morning, honey boo boo. If I'm missing people, I'm sorry. I just woke up.
I did go through my block list and blocked a few people that I don't really care to address anymore or have come in here. And that's my right. And if I lose 20 or 30 subs, oh well, so sad that she did what she did to serendipity. Yeah, Sarah talked about it a little bit yesterday on panel, and it is. Um, she's really a hateful person. Like you can even tell by the clip that Jenny Denjen played. I don't care if it takes me a year, but I will come after you. Some
Wow.
kind of
And
psycho.
your little dog too, Toto.
Yes.
Dear
It's like
God.
Foxy said, Foxy, and I'll tie you to the end of a boat, take you out into the bayou, and feed you to the alligators.
I forgot to medicate her this morning. I'm sorry.
What's that?
I said I forgot to medicate you this morning.
That's doing my impression. My impression of Foxy Butt. Oh my God, that was so funny. Well, it wasn't funny for Starlight. It was kind of creepy, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I time my cleaning around chats. Gary times her cleaning around chats. I time my cleaning around being offline lately.
I'm gonna listen. This is not the playpen. Everybody, get off the bed. Get off the bed. What is wrong with you people?
I'm a petty bitch. Ems, you're not nearly
I
as
am
petty
too.
as some people are on here. Seriously. But some people need to stop. Like, think
Mhm.
about what they've done themselves. Stop going from panel to panel and bashing people because, when you do that, things that you don't want to come out might come out that you don't want to. Karma, breathe, and the truth always, yes, the truth does always come out.
Mhm.
And some people don't want to be perpetuating the hate over and over again
Good morning, Nanya.
because it will. Hey, Nanya. Oh, she's going to go to her, I think she's going to her dad's.
I haven't even read messages this morning. I'm so sorry, y'all. I
Yeah, no,
totally
I
overslept.
asked her how her mom was doing this morning. So, Ems, I will remember it for here. Oh, I should. Did I put the link in here for Ems? I don't know if she got her coffee yet or not. But yeah, there's the link, Ems.
I'm a petty bitch. Wow.
And
Yeah.
Mario, if you want to come up too and tell us what's going on with Ginger Locks, or maybe she will even. I know she could. Sometimes she goes on. She goes live from the hospital. She has a couple times. I know I've been in her stream when she's gone live from the hospital. I know they have a hard time
Move, silly. Sorry.
with her intravenous, whatever you call what she gets.
I know she gets um, infusion of some sort.
Can I say, Pixie, just say this, that yesterday was pretty awesome. Like it was an awesome day. It was an awesome day for me. It really was. Hmm.
A Lucy spotting.
Oh, I've got such chapped lips too. I was licking my lips so much.
When
I was licking
yesterday,
my, yeah. Yeah. I don't know why. Like it just licked and licked and licked. And they're like all chapped now. And once you start licking them, then you can't stop because
look,
they dry up so fast. Hey,
good
Jenna.
morning, Jenna.
Can't stay, but wanted to pop in and say good morning, everyone.
Morning, Eagle. Good morning,
Morning,
Remy.
Jenna. Jenna, Jenna, Eagle.
Smokey's in the
Yep. Thank
house.
you. Hey, Smokey. What up? What up? What up? How do you do that? Your fingers.
I can't.
I'm so old again. I don't know all those things.
So, do we want to? Let's talk about what really happened last night. Do y'all want really the secret life of what goes on at night?
Oh,
Just
yeah. Let's do some
so,
secrets. Let's spill some secrets. Spill some tea.
so me and Eagle and Carla were talking last night, cutting up, and Eagle and I start hearing some really insane
Oh my God.
noises. When I tell you, like I kept saying, Eagle, did you hear that? Eagle, get up here. Help me tell this story. I kept saying, Eagle, do you hear that?
Oh,
She's like,
Eagle.
what?
Yeah.
What the hell was that? I'm like, "Yeah, you're hearing it? And Carla, of course, is like, what are you talking about? We are hearing voices, like distinct voices. And you could look on the chat, and of course, you got the halo around each person's face, and it lights up whenever the mic is keyed and you're talking, right? Carla's key
Yes.
light is lighting up constantly, and she's not talking. And she sees it, but she doesn't hear what we hear. So she decides she's going to go downstairs to get something. Leaves us
Alka-Seltz. Oh,
upstairs
shit.
alone, unattended, no weapons or nothing. She goes downstairs. I started talking to them. They started answering me. I'm, I'm like,
And I was like, you get out of here. They're not talking. Nobody's talking to you.
Eagle's like, shit, shit, shit. Let me see if I can catch it on tape or record it or
Yeah, I
whatever.
am a ventriloquist.
She is right.
Well, my husband's home. He never heard nothing either.
No,
So he's in the next room.
never heard. And I mean, it was
He never
loud.
heard anything until she sends me this recording back
Yeah.
in the email, and I hear it. Then I hear it, and then I'm creeped out.
I'm like, how many are there of you? They said 5. 2 of them said 5. You can hear it on the tape. Asked them what their names were. We got Peter and Ginger. I thought we're gonna try to listen to it better today, and kind of clean it up a little bit, see if we can hear more. But they're sitting there freaking talking to me. So then, okay, it's getting really loud. We can't even hear each other.
Skeptic in the
I
house.
I
Skeptic in the
took
house. But I didn't
who's
hear
our
it.
skeptic?
I really didn't. I wouldn't have
No,
known
she didn't hear it. Did not hear it.
nothing.
So
Mm-mm.
then I swear we could like it was so loud, it was ridiculous. So I told them to go to bed a couple of times, and then they quit. It just quit.
Which one of you were under the influence?
None of us.
None of us.
Ams. It was freaking. It sounded. One of them sounded like the little girl on the TV out of Poltergeist.
Oh, fuck
That's what
that.
Mommy!
I'm like, you
Nope.
guys are trying to scare me. Get out of here. And then Eagle's like, I am going to record this. And of course, yesterday I was kind of a little stressed out. So I had kind of heartburn really bad. And so I said, well, I'm going downstairs to get some Alka-Seltzer. And this misdemeanor says, nah, you're not leaving us alone. I'm like, it's coming
She
from
left us.
me.
You could hear the footsteps
scared,
walking
right?
around the room. You could hear it. Footsteps. I was like, what the fuck? What is going on? We're holding each other, trying to get up underneath the bed. Couldn't fit. Of course,
I
the
wish
Eagle
I
can.
could play it, but maybe I can play it. It's on my phone. It's in my email. You
No,
guys can believe it or not, but I didn't believe it either until I heard it back.
we're gonna have to fix it so that they can hear it. We're really good.
Well,
We'll
yeah.
play with it today and see if we can get it to.
Well, I'll see if I can play it on my phone, but
There was a real life boogeyman at my house last night.
Who?
oh, really? Who?
I came out on my. I woke up at like I don't know 2:30 this morning, and I walk out on my sunroom because I heard a noise, and there was a huge ass bear inside my fence.
Oh,
Inside where?
Inside my fence. I have no idea how it
oh
got.
my
We put
God.
up this little white picket fence for the dogs,
Ginger
and
locks.
somehow it got inside the fence. So that was the noise that woke me up.
Come up, Ginger locks.
Ginger Locks is here.
Yes, she is.
Yay!
It
Say
is.
good morning, ladies. I got a link for you if you want to come up and tell us what's going on. Unless you can't.
Did you?
Maybe the spirits have been ousted. But we weren't on YouTube. We were not on YouTube at all. I wanted to be off YouTube. Trust me.
Well,
Last night.
let's listen to. Let's see if we can get it cleaner. But don't play it right now, so we can get it. I want them to hear it really well. You know what I mean?
Yeah, if I could, yeah, share the audio.
There was a
It's
bear in. Do
Brian's
you
gonna
have like
try
a
and
big chain link fence, or do you have a big wooden fence? What do you have?
No, it's a picket fence.
A picket
It's
fence?
like one of those vinyl, little white
Yeah.
picket fences.
Hey,
And
Ginger.
Oh,
somehow it
Ginger's
made
up.
its way over the fence. And luckily, once I went out to the backyard, tried to scare it off, it jumped back over. But we put it up so things wouldn't come get our dogs. Hell no, those fuckers jump right over the fence, I guess.
all the dogs were inside though, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay.
Ginger's here.
Hi,
Ginger's
guys.
here.
Good morning, honey. How are
Hi.
you?
What's up?
No, it's I had a flare once again with my ankylosing, which was wrapped right around my ribs to the point that it hurt. Where my doctor's like, "You have to go in and get it checked out. You have to go to the hospital and get it checked out." So during all that, my gastroparesis kicked up, and so they kept me overnight.
Oh, are you still there?
I'm still here.
How long will you be there?
I have no idea.
Well,
Sending prayers.
Yeah, absolutely.
It is what it is. It's what my life has become, and that's the way it is.
You scared the shit out of me. Because
Right?
No, I'm
when
Mary. O said sending prayers to Ginger Locks. I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah, no,
Well,
just
when
just
Ginger and I were on the phone yesterday, I was heading like out towards civilization, and I didn't have very good cell service. Um, and I didn't even know anything was going on, Ginger. And then I get back home and I see that post. I'm like, what the fuck?
it was my husband came home. It was just something that was tight. I thought it was going to go away, and it got worse and worse. So
Mm.
they have trying to keep the pain under control. I'm just waiting for the nurse to freaking come in here right now.
Oh,
Yeah.
that sucks.
So it is, I hate it too. I'm not gonna lie, I hate it. The worst part about it is freaking getting here and trying to get an IV in me, because getting an IV in me is impossible. So they
Right.
finally, I think, on the fourth stick got it in. But yeah, no, it's all my ankylosing, and this unfortunately this is how it is. Now I got the shot in my neck the other week ago. Yeah, that was great for the
Mm.
neck, but when you come to the center of my back, that doesn't touch it.
Hey, tacos.
Jeez.
I'm in a bad mood, birdie bitch. Who's
Oh
birdie
boy.
bitch? Ruh-roh.
Ginger,
They're
is there
coming
any
closer.
type of, I don't know, like, do you notice that it happens around the same time of the month, or is
No,
there anything that flares
no
it up?
rhyme, no rhyme or reason.
Huh.
Especially like when I
Jeez.
had physical therapy at my house, they were like, "Jesus Christ, there is no rhyme or reason to this." I'm like, "Nope, nope."
The bird keeps chirping.
I know. I know. I'm so sorry. At least the crow is not out here this morning.
It sounds pretty though.
Yeah. You
Yeah,
guys
it
have me
does.
like realizing how loud it is now.
Oh, that's not bad. Those birds aren't bad, but the other day it was
Yeah, I
ah.
know.
Oh, that's, let me tell you,
Hell,
Rhonda's
that
got one of
was
those big black crows outside her window. It's like,
really,
good Lord.
what the heck? I thought it was coming from misdemeanor. I doxed her again. Oh my God, my God,
She
my
loves
God.
me.
Every
It's okay.
day.
Yep, I know.
Every day.
Because I'm so used to calling her that. I'm like, ugh.
Biff,
Yeah,
quit.
but yeah, quit. Stop it, stop it, stop it. Yeah, I'm so used to her being the loudest one, but M's is a close second.
I know, right?
Give it a bit.
What
I
is
bet the
that?
How
crow
big
will
was this
return.
bear? How big was
Oh,
it?
so not too big. So the fence is probably maybe 3 feet,
Yeah.
and no, probably like 3.5 feet. And the bear came to, like, I'm looking at the fence right now, like almost to the top. So I don't know how to explain that. Like maybe 2 foot tall when it's on all fours. I don't know how big it is when it stands up. But it was not as tall as the fence.
That is crazy.
Yeah,
I'd be
that's
freaking
great.
out because listen, those things will break into your house to get food.
Right.
You know, you go down to get a drink of water in the middle of the night and there's some dude, big hairy thing standing there looking through your refrigerator going, wonder how old this shit is. Is he good? Oh, they said this one was too spicy. Yeah, yeah. I'd be
Hey
like
guys, let me
peeing.
jump it up in a little bit, okay? The nurses are coming back,
Okay, babe.
and
Okay.
Okay, you can
God
come
knows
up.
they'll dox me all
Just
the way out of
if
here.
you want to come back up, Ginger, just let me know, okay?
I think I will. I'm all by myself in here anyway. No one's allowed in.
All right.
Okay, I'll see
All
you guys
right.
a bit. I'll be hanging in the chat until I can come back up.
Okay. Oh, let
So
me.
Carrie,
it set off all the sensors. So my phone was going crazy and
Wow.
turned out to be a bear.
I'd be freaking out. I really would.
It's where I live though, you know? Literally,
Well,
I'm looking right now and it's just it's literally all wood. So
Can we talk about Jib Jab?
I
sure we
love
can.
Oh my God.
I kind of went on a little jab terroristic
He went on a thing
stroll
last
last
night
night.
and was sending me all these jib jabs. Oh my God, it's so funny. And I made one because I went there and I made one with me and Sue. me a misdemeanor. Oh, God.
Just call me Doxy.
As what Sunny
My name is
and Cher
Doxy.
doing I Got You, Babe. It's so freaking hilarious. It is so funny. And I tried to put it on YouTube and I got a copyright infringement thing. But if anybody wants the link to go see it, I can give it to you privately and you can go watch it because it is so funny. It's me and her. I Got You, Babe.
Dancing in
So
a field of
It's
you know you
daisies.
hilarious.
can leave those up, right?
What?
What's that?
You won't get in any trouble for those. You just won't get paid on them. You know that, right?
No, I didn't.
Yeah.
I should play
So
it. I should.
when you put one of those up, it's going to claim copyright,
Yeah, that's
and
what I did.
the money will just go to them. That's all,
Oh,
instead of you.
okay.
Yeah, it won't
Oh,
harm your
then
channel at all.
I'm gonna put that. I am gonna put that. Oh my God, it's so funny. If you guys, I wish I could play it.
Oh my!
But there's an ad on it right now.
But I'm sorry. The best one was me and Mike doing salt and
Oh,
pepper.
I'm gonna take the ad off it. I
Push
know.
it real good. I just keep
Gonna
watching
take
it over and over.
off.
Mike's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "Look how good you can dance in this,"
Oh my
because he
God,
can't dance like that.
it's so funny though. The one that I did of me and okay,
That
there we
was so
go.
cute. You're so funny.
Well, it already says ineligible, but they're
Yeah.
showing a commercial in the beginning.
Yeah, that money is going to go to them instead of you, though.
Oh, okay. So it doesn't matter. Oh,
Yep.
it's so funny though. So okay, so I can, like, I'm always
So
afraid I'm gonna get in trouble.
if you were to play it here,
Mm-hmm.
you're just not going to make any money on today's stream.
Okay, that's good. So I'm gonna just put it public because it's so funny. I didn't know that. I really thought I was like getting in trouble for it.
No.
But if you guys want to go see it, it's me and misdemeanor as I Got You, Babe.
Oh
Um,
man,
it's back
she
up here.
started
It's
it.
so funny. Yeah, I started it. I sent her that, and then we kind of. Yeah, I didn't know that. I had no idea.
Yep,
Oh,
it'll
it's
just put.
ineligible for me. Okay.
Yep, you'll notice
All right.
that in the description, YouTube will automatically update the description
Okay.
with the copyright info.
Okay.
Oh, honey boo boo. Ow. Oh, God. No, I hate needles so bad. You have no idea. If they stuck me in the boob with one, oh my God. No.
Oh, yeah, that's why I have no tattoos because I don't like needles.
He is Eagle. He's a part of the itty bitty. My husband, are you talking about? Because I tried to give him the chick with the littlest boobs, but you can still see him every once in a while. But they're in like these little black tight suits, like salt and pepper. But we can jam out, man. He and I are
It's
pretty
part of the
smooth dancers.
committee. Oh, I've never had big boobs. Anders always
How do
says
you know?
that's what she's gonna do is get a boob job, not me.
I do
And
want a
Ginger
boob
Love's
job.
mom got a boob reduction. So yeah, you
I
always
am.
want what you don't have.
I can't get one right now. They even just declined me. I was supposed to start Invisalign. I got declined for Invisalign because
How?
one of the questions is it. So there's like certain things you have to answer. One of them is, have you had chemo in the last 2 years? Have you had any? And it's very specific. Any head and neck cancers within the last 2 years? And it asks you like all this stuff. Well,
Okay.
I couldn't bullshit them, so I had to say yes, and they denied me for it. That was
Are
like
you
after all the
kidding?
molds had been done, everything. They finally caught on to that, like after everything had been completed. I was so angry.
Why did they deny you?
Over head and neck cancer. Like
Oh, well,
you can't, you have to be 2 years
assholes.
clear of all of that. So I'd imagine, okay, so I don't know if you guys know this, but when you're going through any type of treatments or whatever, they're so funny about any type of dental work or whatever. But I didn't realize you had to be 2 years out. Like
Oh,
that's weird to me, but whatever. I get it.
That's crazy.
Just
yeah.
wish they would have told
Well,
me that before I started the whole fucking process.
I know when
My
my dad
gosh.
my dad had high blood pressure, they wouldn't work on his teeth. That would not. Mm-mm.
Wow.
Yep, I never would have
So,
thought that.
what do they do? Do
I
they send you
I
to a
don't know.
local dentist
thought
to
it.
do the impressions, or do you do them through home, or how does that work?
So you can do either or, but at real Invisalign, you go into the dentist, and they have to see. A lot of people don't know this with Invisalign.
Really?
You still have like clear braces on, because they put what's called an attachment on your teeth, and it
Okay.
literally looks like, a clear brace that's attached to your tooth.
Okay.
Um, and then you put the aligners over that, and they basically those attachments just grip your teeth and help move, that
Yeah.
specific
Your
tooth.
teeth look pretty straight and
They
stuff.
are they are pretty good. So I had braces when I was a kid, and then I didn't wear the retainer after, and then I got
Mhm.
my wisdom teeth, and it kind of crowded them a little bit. So like one of them is a little cockeyed. So I wanted to fix that.
Oh, well,
Just
do
like
it.
like
Makes you
Raymond
feel
said,
good.
just whip out your file. Well, some people do that to their Invisalign, sit, on live and file down your Invisaligns. But just saying,
They
God,
tell you to do that though. You know that, right? I know a lot of people pick
yeah,
on her, but they do tell you that so even with Invisalign, they give you all of your trays at once. And if one is a little weird at, poking your gum or whatever, they
yeah,
do tell you to file it down. So
wow.
she's following the rules.
Well, there's
Did
a
you
change,
did you
isn't
have a
there?
problem with your braces? My niece had to get braces and she hated them with a passion.
Mine was fine. So we
She
have
hated
kids with
them.
braces right now. Well,
Yeah.
we have one that's finishing up and one that's starting. Um, so it's like deja vu watching them go through it. It is painful, especially,
Mhm.
right after they're adjusted, but it doesn't, I mean, maybe like 24 hours it's painful for, and then it goes away.
Yeah.
It's amazing though what they can do. My
Oh,
stepdaughter's
no.
teeth were really, really bad, and
Really.
they're
What,
beautiful now.
crooked or did she
Oh
have an
yeah.
overbite or underbite or?
No, they were very crooked.
Oh,
And she's had them on now for like a year and a half, maybe, no, probably 2 years, and they're beautiful.
I'd rather get a root canal than filling. I don't know why fillings when these drills start drilling into my teeth. Ugh, I can't stand the sound. I can't stand the feeling.
I've never had a root canal,
And oh my God,
and
horrible.
I've only
Horrible.
had
They're not
one
bad.
filling.
The filling, you've never had one filling in your
I've
life?
I know I've only had one filling.
One filling.
Yep,
You must
I had
have good
one
teeth.
cavity.
I was that way
Wow.
until I started having kids. So after I
Yeah,
had
me
kids,
too. Once I started having kids, it was downhill.
yeah. But yeah, I had strong. Well, because I was wired shut for like 8 weeks because of my jaw surgery. Can you imagine me not being able to talk for 8 weeks?
Eagle
Why'd
says
you have
That's
jaw
why
surgery? You get
I'm
beat
still.
up or something?
No, I had my lower jaw was growing longer than my upper jaw, and so it was sewing my entire bite off. I wanted braces when I was like 12. My sister got braces, and I was jealous, and I thought I wanted them too. So I made my mom take me to her orthodontist, and he did, all the standard X-rays and all. He's like, "Oops, what do you mean? What's oops?" He goes, "Well, we're going to be like X-raying you frequently until you stop growing, and then we're going to do this." I'm like, look, I came here for the braces. Calm down with all that other stuff. You know, chill. And he's like, no, no, because none of your back teeth meet. Like none of my molars met. There was like you could put a finger back there. So it was like chewing, swallowing most of my food pretty much whole. Um, and I'm like, yeah, okay, but it's no big deal. I mean, I mastered it. It's all right. But no, no, you really need to have this done. So I went in when I was 15. They took all four of my wisdom teeth. Was it 16? And then they put braces on right after that. And then the next year they went in and they broke my jaw and wired me
Ugh.
shut and pushed it back, wired me shut for 8
Oh,
weeks.
oh,
Yeah, I don't like the dentist. at all.
Yeah,
No, I'm
I
not
was
talking
like,
to.
oh,
Mm-mm,
breaking
no.
your jaw. That's just like, oh,
Yeah, I told my mom, if I've got cataracts, which I'm pretty sure I do, they're gonna have to use general anesthesia. They're gonna have to completely knock me out because I can't. No surgery on my eyes. Like no,
oh,
Hmm.
I burnt
no,
my eye with my curling iron. And my dog jumped up on me. I was curling my hair, and my
Carla.
You burnt
dog
They
your
jumped,
make
eyeball?
lash
and it
curlers.
actually
They don't.
it
I'm just saying.
actually went on my eyeball, and I had to go to the emergency. And he said it was
Ugh,
like, if you fry an egg, he said that's what my eyeball looked like because
Oh my
it was so
God.
hot. And he actually had to take a needle and go in my eyeball. And, uh,
I don't
oh, it
want
was
to talk about
horrible.
that. I'm gonna
And I
die.
I'm
had to keep my eye open while I saw this needle coming towards my eye because it was
yeah.
blurry, but I could see that he was going to stick that needle in my eyeball. And then I had to wear a
Mm-hmm.
patch for like, and then I got allergic to the patch because the elastic on the patch, I broke out from it because I was allergic to it. I'm a freaking mess. Let me tell you. Let's
I've
not
Ugh,
scratched
make
my
me
eyeball several
issue.
times, and I
Oh,
know that I mean that hurts really bad.
ugh.
yeah,
I
yeah.
can't imagine burning it.
Oh,
My,
oh, burning it with the curling. Well, the dog jumped up on me and I went like this with the curling on and right straight on my eyeball. It was just like he said it's like if you broke an egg in a pan and you know how it starts in a hot pan and it starts to right away. He said
oh,
that's
if you
how it
don't
was.
stop, I'm gonna kill you.
It was
Could
like
you imagine?
I've
You
also
want to torture someone? Do that.
I've also scratched my eyeball. I scratched my eyeball with a garbage can. I was pulling the garbage bag out and I went to pull it. It was plastic and
Yep.
the plastic part like scratched right my eyeball. I just scratched
Yep.
my
And then you
God,
go into the
I
ER.
didn't go to emergency for that. It was really painful though.
I
Really.
had to go to the ER for mine, and by the time I got there, the pain was so bad that I was throwing up from it. And then he put this numbing stuff in there so he could get my eye open. And then I thought I was great until I got home and the numbing stuff started wearing off.
Yeah,
But
that's when it
screw
starts
that.
to hurt. Yeah, that's why they put that patch over my eyes because he didn't want me
Mm-hmm.
like to be tempted to because when you're irritated, you're especially your eyes, you feel like the urge to like rub it. So
Yep.
he put that patch on me, but I ended up being allergic to the or the what do you call it, the tape that was on there, and I had a big rash on my face from that.
I'd rather give birth again than scratch my eyeball again.
I know, I
No
know.
joke.
Really, seriously, it's painful. And it's your eyes, so it's like, yeah, I'd
It
rather
feels
give
like they
birth.
just dump sand in your eyeball. Like if anyone has never scratched your eyeball, that's what it feels like.
Oh, yeah, yeah. And it was the same eye I did the burning and the scratching on the same eye. Well, not the same time, but different times. And I've dislocated my shoulder. That was another surgery. I actually dislocated my shoulder swimming. I went like this, how you do the breaststroke, and I went too far, and my shoulder went backwards, and I tore all the muscles and all the muscle and all the ligaments and tissue in my shoulder. And my doctor said usually when people dislocate their shoulder, it's forward. Mine went all the way back.
Hmm.
Horrible. And I was married at the time, and so they had to knock me out when I dislocated it to like put it back into place. And my husband at the time was standing there. And when I came to, he was on the floor and they were like, he passed out from watching them relocate my shoulder. He passed out. He was like, on the floor. I'm like, why is he on the floor? Oh, he fainted. I'm like, I'm the one who dislocated my shoulder and he fainted. Like weird. Me and doctors are like, I don't like being in hospitals. I don't like being around doctors.
Neither do I.
You know,
Neither do I, girl. Neither do I.
if you've ever been in the hospital any length of time, you don't like it. What's the longest you've been in a hospital for?
Oh my gosh. Like 3 months.
Oh my God. I was in for 1 month. I actually begged my doctor. And
Yeah.
it was like for a surgery. I begged my doctor to send me home. And she actually told me, she came into my room and she says, as long as your insurance is going to pay for this, they're going to keep you here as long as they can. But the thing is, what they were doing, my surgery had to heal from the inside out because it was a staph infection. So they would have to come in and, change my dressing every day. I said,
Yep.
tell them to teach my husband how to do it because he was willing to do it. I said, I was in there for a month. I said, I do not want to be in here another day. Not another day. So after a month, that was the longest I was in a hospital for. After a month, after begging my doctor to send me home, she sent me home. But she said, if you have good insurance, they'll keep you here. They'll keep you here.
Yeah.
But I mean, unless you're really, I didn't think I was that sick. I had surgery, but the only thing was the dressing that they had to change every day. But it's depressing to be in the hospital.
I hear you.
Yeah.
I hear you. When I had to be in that long, I just had a baby, and
Ah,
luckily, I was very, very grateful for this. But luckily, where I kept throwing clots, it was in my abdomen, and so they still were able to keep me, on the OBGYN floor. So my baby was able to stay in the hospital with me. Because literally, I mean, I had just had her like a few days before.
so
So,
why were you in for 3 months? Like,
because I kept clotting.
oh my goodness.
Yeah.
So you couldn't get
So
up? Did they limit your, holding your baby and stuff?
no, I could get up.
Oh, okay,
Um,
you could.
yeah, I could get up. I had to have someone always there with me,
Okay.
but I could get up and walk around and stuff. The biggest problem was once they figured out what was going on,
Mm-hmm.
um, then it takes a bit to, get your blood under control. And because of the initial clot, I had an infection that had started. So they had to get the infection under control. It was a mess.
Oh, geez. Yeah,
It
anybody
was
who's
a mess.
yeah, anybody who's stayed in the hospital any length of time knows it's not fun.
So I got out. I had my daughter in March, and I went home, and I was back in within 1 week. And then I got out on Mother's Day and then had to go back in again. So I did get out one time in between.
Ooh. Why? What happened when you got out?
Um, oh my gosh. I can't
If it's too
remember how it all
personal,
went down.
you don't. If it's too personal, you don't.
It's not too personal. This was forever ago. This was a long time ago. Um, I don't know. I had an appointment or something in between, and I don't know what like caused her or whatever to order another scan, but they ordered another scan and I had another clot. I didn't even know I had it.
Wow.
Yep. So they put me back in, they scheduled surgery, and where I was clotting that time, they just chopped it out.
Wow.
No big deal after that. Then I just had to stay on blood thinners and it was good to go.
You've had such a charmed life, but yeah, no one, and here's the thing, nobody knows what we've gone through in our lives. I was just talking about that today.
The
Did did
garbage
we
man is
talk?
here. Told
Did
you,
we start
Thursday's
talking
my
about
garbage day.
eyeballs yet?
Yes, we stopped talking about eyeballs. I was asking Em was in the hospital for 3 months, and I was asking her a little bit about that. And
Ah,
Ginger Lock's mom was in. Hey, 180. Ginger Lock's mom was in here, and she said she was in the hospital for 3 months too. My central AC died, and I'm snuggling next to a portable AC.
God.
Oh, ain't 180. That sucks. Want to come up? We'll blow. We'll
Come
all
over here,
blow.
180. You can hang meat in my house.
Yeah.
Literally,
I'll give
it's
you my
ridiculous.
my portable ACs. We have two of them. We have central air, so the portable ones.
Oh, you gotta have central down here. That's why he's hooked up to the other one, I bet.
My central area, yeah, isn't central. Mine works.
I'm
We don't
loading my
have central
dishwasher.
air here.
You don't?
No, the builders put in all heated floors, so we don't have any vents. All of our heating is within literally under our floors. So no central air, but we're up so high that you open the windows. We've never needed it.
Oh. But does it stay cool though?
Oh yeah, very cool.
I wish. Shit.
Oh,
The
It's hot as
breeze,
hell down here.
the breeze is just
96.
constant.
90s, it depends, like the heat. If it's not humid, it's not bad. But if it's humid where you are and it's like 90 degrees, that's when it feels bad. I don't know if it's humid where you are. It's humid here in Pittsburgh. It's humid.
It's not usually humid here. And again, I think it's because I don't know if this makes a difference, but when we lived in the city, we needed central air. But now that we're up here, it just never feels hot. I don't know.
Like literally, it does make a difference because honestly, the bigger the city, the more the concrete and asphalt, and there's nowhere for that heat really to be absorbed very well. It's like into soil and stuff, so it's like
Yep.
it just sits, and it's so freaking hot.
Honey Boo Boo said I did love knot shots in the belly for 6 months. Had a clot the entire length of my PICC line.
Yeah,
Oh
I
my
had to do
god,
Boo!
during
Lovenox.
pregnancy.
Oh, that's my
Yeah,
worst nightmare.
yeah.
My worst
then they
It's
nightmare.
like a
But then they, when I'm not pregnant, then have always taken Coumadin. The only time I have to do heparin is like when I'm in the hospital or when I'm right before surgery. I have to go off the Coumadin and then they'll do a heparin injection just before surgery. But that's it.
My house is on AC from June to September. Yeah,
my
no.
house is on AC. I think it's off for a week, maybe in January. That's it. Maybe.
Oh my goodness.
Unless we have a cold winter, and then it might go 2 or 3 days extra. Just
It's cold here. I wish. Yeah, are your seasons different than ours, Carrie? I don't know. Scotland, I know Australia is going through a winter right now. I don't know Scotland. The same there. We just opened the windows. Yeah, when you have a two-story house though here, and all our bedrooms are upstairs, when we go to bed at night, like it's so hot upstairs. Even
We
with the air conditioning on.
have 3 stories, but our house is set up really strangely. I don't know exactly what they even call this type of construction, but there's 3 stories, and I don't know, it just doesn't ever get hot in this house. It's the weirdest thing. I'd imagine it's because we're up on this hill.
Hmm.
I'm
Wait, how
not
do you have
complaining.
3 stories? Okay, there's like,
The basement,
okay.
and
Oh,
then
okay, yeah.
the second story, yep, the second story is the story you guys typically see, like where my kitchen is and all of that. And then the third story is where all the bedrooms are.
Yeah, okay, then we have 3 stories because we have a basement, but that attaches to our garage, which goes outside in our back. So our house is really weird. It's kind of on a hill. So our basement it's a full basement as a, you know, but then there's the first floor and then there's a floor upstairs and then there's the attic. I don't know if you have an attic.
Yeah, we have an attic.
Is it this a crawl thing or is it like, can you like stand up in it?
You can stand up in it only in the center, so I don't know what that would
Or
be
it's same
considered.
because your roof goes like that. Ours is
Yeah.
you can't stand up in ours. Ours is yeah.
Our basement isn't like a regular basement though, because like
There's only a couple steps down.
yeah, and the
Are
windows
your
are at like ground level.
are your house is your houses are built into the side of a hill, right?
Mine's not.
Yours not?
Mm-mm.
Because Carla, what you're describing is like a walkout basement. Is what they call it.
Well, it is.
Where part of the basement's underneath the front side of the hill, and the other half is like
Right. It goes right out to the backyard. So
yeah.
it's the way our driveway goes is down. So when
Mhm.
you walk out, is where our freezer is. Like the basement is there. Then you walk out, and there's his workshop, and then there's another door that leads to the garage, and then you can go straight outside from there. And you can go straight outside from his workshop too, because there's a door in there, and there's also the garage door. So it's weird. It's weird house. It's weird how it's set up.
That's how
So
our
is
house
this
was
one.
set up in Nashville, pretty much.
That's why we want to sell it. We won't be here next year.
Why do you want to sell? Are you going to stay in the same
This
area though?
house is good. Yeah, we have to. Yeah. But when we moved here, we literally only had like a day or two, not even two, one day to come up here and find a house because our house had sold so quickly.
Mhm.
And this market is so weird because we're surrounded by lakes. And if you know anything about lake towns, you're either spending $1 million or for 200,000, you're getting a fucking shack. So we kind of had to take what we could get. And this house is a lot smaller than what we had thought when we bought it.
You want a bigger house or a smaller house?
Yeah. No, a bigger house.
Bigger. See, I
And I
want a
would just
small
like
house.
more land. I don't want any neighbors near me. Any.
I want
Like,
land in a small house. That's what I want.
I want a small house and land too. Like I would rather have a tiny house. I would. I love those things. I tell you, I don't want a composting toilet though. I really don't want that.
I just can't do
My
neighbors.
husband wants a big house. My husband wants a big house and a big yard and blah blah blah. If I get a big yard, I'll let you bring your horses down. So, oh,
We
just
have
throw
a
it out.
big yard. Like our yard is
Do you?
plenty big enough, but I would like to have, I don't know, at least maybe anywhere between 7 and 10 acres at least, which
Mhm.
still isn't that much, but enough to keep the neighbors at bay.
I want to buy just like a state. Montana would be good. Is it selling? Just
I
put a
think
big fence
I
around
think
it.
that's one of the cheapest states too. Oh,
Like,
Ginger's. I'm sorry, Ginger. I didn't even see you. Sorry, Ginger. I didn't even see you
I
there.
thought you just said you wanted to buy a steak.
I just got
Like,
no,
you.
a
what?
state. I
You
just
want to
want to
buy?
buy Montana and buy a bunch of cattle, bunch of chickens,
But
since
I
I'm
think
learning about that.
Montana's one of the cheapest states to live in.
I
Which
don't know.
one?
I'm gonna go check it out.
So
If I
you're
win the
like,
lottery,
yeah.
it's mine.
Go find a state that's well, you can get a list of the states that are. Pennsylvania, believe it or not, is not an expensive state to live in.
Depends
New
on what
York
side.
is.
New
These
York
good
is
old
fucking
taxes, they'll
ridiculous.
get you. Yeah.
Yeah, New
People
York
have
is.
no idea how much taxes are here.
I
It
think you
is disgusting.
pay a fortune for a postage stamp in New York, I think.
Yep.
I had a friend that lived in New York, and she goes, "We've never owned you. You won't believe this. We've never owned a car. We never
Yeah.
drove
Hey, Carla,
anywhere
can
by
you hear me?
car." Yeah,
Yes.
Oh, all
I
right, just making sure. But because my phone went off and on, so I'm like, whoa, oh.
I could hear some clicking. I thought that was just
What's
something
that
going
clicking
on.
noise?
Yeah, what
Jonely Bonely.
is
I'm
that
changing my name
clicking?
to Jonely Bonely.
And keep on ticking.
Did you watch that comedy
How
thing
long
I
do you
sent
think
you,
you're going to
Carla?
be in there?
I'm hoping they send me home
What?
today.
Well, we'll send up prayers and hope that you get sent home today too.
Yeah,
Did
I
you say,
hope
Miss
I get
Linda?
home today.
Did you listen to that comment that I sent you? I'll have to send it again. Was it Henry Wong
Comment?
or something like that? He
No.
does he does this one called What's That Clicking Noise? He talks about his friend Joan Lee Bonley because he went to go get his driver's license. What's Joan Lee Bonley's last name? I can't remember his last name, but he goes to get his driver's license and they're like, JB, JB what? What's JB stand for? He goes, no, it's J only, B only. And he wrote it down on the thing and gave it to and that's how his driver's license read, J only, B only. Joan Lee
J
Bonley.
only, B only.
Yeah. Jonely Bonely. Yeah.
I guess I don't get it.
Okay, so when he was writing down on the little thing what his name was, his name is just an initials, JB. Doesn't stand for
Oh,
anything. So
gotcha.
he wrote down on there J only, B only, and handed it in.
Oh,
So when he got his driver's license back, it was Jonely Bonely. Jonely Bonely is not the brightest crayon in the
well,
box.
what's that one about Howard
Kind of
be
got
thy
that.
name? Someone called him God Howard. He says, "Why do you call God
Yeah.
Howard?
Our Father who art in
Our
heaven,
Father,
Howard,
Howard be thy
Howard be
name.
thy name.
Yep.
Howard be thy name."
Oh, we got jokes this morning. Yeah, we
Yep.
do. Not really.
I talked about Howard on the golf course. My husband's looking at me and he's like, who is Howard? And I told him, he just looked at me and said, "You are so stupid."
You guys have been spending an awfully long time on the golf course. Well, that's all I got, really. But
Oh my gosh, we went
how good?
yesterday. We
How good
Henry,
completed 2
so
holes and I said, "Can we go
there.
home?" I was not feeling it.
How
Take
good are
care,
you?
two tacos. Have an awesome day, sweetie.
Yeah,
Bye, two
we'll be
tacos.
thinking about you in hell. Listen to me laughing. We'll be thinking about you in hell. I could be doing that for other reasons, but I'm not going to say.
We are doing night golf on Friday. Have any of
Oh,
you
really?
ladies ever played
Do
that?
you get like
No, I've never
do you get
played
like
golf
glow
at
in the
night,
dark
ever.
balls?
I've
Yep, you
only
get.
played night golf at miniature golf at night.
Well, imagine playing, you know, a very long distance with that little glow ball. It's so
Yeah,
much fun.
yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like you can't even, how would you see, is your course lit up?
No, I mean,
So you're not
it's
going to
tough.
see, it's going to be blind golfing. Like it's going to be almost
Well,
blind golfing.
you have to play with a foursome, and they just help you keep an eye on your ball. And if you lose them, you're out. So,
But the thing is, once you hit your ball, it's really, even in the daytime, sometimes it's hard to find.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's what I'm
And
saying.
once
Like,
you get a little tipsy, it's even harder to fucking find.
What? Tell Ems good morning. Tell her. Roo roo roo. Come inside your little roo roo head.
oh, I got
Go.
your Ruru dog.
That's my little roo roo pitty.
I got my Ruru. What's Gypsy? Name's
I
Gypsy.
tell you
She's
what.
at home.
I tell you what. She's crazy. She's a nut job. If I'd have known what pits were really like, they hide behind that whole
You'd
facade
still
of,
get
we're
one.
fighters. Like you
We're
are
not
such a
allowed to
not a
have
fighter.
pit bulls here. We're just not allowed because of the distance we live from an elementary school. They won't
Hmm.
allow pit bull. There's a couple breeds they won't allow us to get
It's
here in this
probably
area.
Pitbull, Rottweiler, uh, what other
Chow
breed?
or
Rottweilers, I think, is
Doberman.
one. Might even be
Is
They're the
a
sweetest
Doberman,
dogs in the world.
what about
Mastiff.
chows? Well, the
I
funny
don't
thing
know.
about Mastiff is they're just big. They're not even bred to bite real hard. They're
Right.
bred to lay down on the prey and
I've
stay on it
heard
until,
chows are like a one family dog and they can be really
yeah,
I got
nasty.
bit by a
yeah.
chow. That's the only
Yeah,
dog
I've
I've ever
heard
been
that.
bit by.
I've heard chows are really that can be really nasty and they're a one family dog and they don't take kindly to strangers.
Yep.
I don't
My
know.
friend got bitten by a wiener dog.
The little dogs are
Oh
usually the worst.
my
They'll
Yes.
God.
bite you.
Those little
Little
mean chihuahuas.
chihuahuas.
Oh my God. Ask two tacos about her chihuahua. It got kicked out of what did it get kicked out of
He was kicked out of obedience school.
obedience school.
I
They just
believe
hand him
it.
to her and they're like, yeah, don't bring him back. He's
Don't bring
My
encouraged.
it back.
ex had a chihuahua and a Doberman, and that little chihuahua would back you up way faster than that Doberman.
That's even
And
funnier.
it lived to be 21 years old, and it had no
Wow.
teeth left. It could hardly walk. And I kept telling him, "You got to put that dog down." I
Why
mean,
would
it
you
was
keep your
sad at
dog
the
alive
end.
that long?
My parents had a chihuahua named Skippy, and they used to put at night. They had one of those, those old hampers that the top comes up. You know those old,
Yeah.
old-fashioned ones?
Yeah.
That's where
Yeah.
that dog used to sleep. And when it wanted to get up in the morning, you'd see the little top and jump up and down. That was so funny.
Put it in the
That was,
hamper.
they did. They put, and that
That's
dog
funny.
loved, she would stand in front of the hamper and wait to go in the hamper to sleep at night. And then in the morning, when she was ready for them to take her out, you'd see the top, like the top go up and down because she'd be jumping up and down. She's ready to get up. And they had to take her out. She was a good dog, but she wasn't a yappy Chihuahua. She was just one of those, you know.
So you guys know that I have an older dog who's 12, and then my little Lucy.
Mhm.
And my older dog, his legs are now just giving out on him. So he'll be standing there, and his legs just give out, and he'll tip right over. It's the weirdest thing.
Oh,
So he's had seizures his whole life. So they think it's something neurological. But it's not looking good. He's going downhill really, really quickly.
That's
oh,
what happened with Ginger.
yes.
Not Ginger Locks,
My ginger.
misdemeanors. Ginger. We would be talking about it. And she goes, I don't know what I'm gonna do because that's that's my husband's wife. I'm just the maid.
Yeah.
I work for them.
I'm the side chick, man. I was a
Yeah,
side
I'm a
chick.
side chick. And yeah, so they had to
And
make that
still,
decision. When you have to make that final decision, that is the worst. That was maybe the worst day. Besides doing that, and my husband's like really like this gruff, tough guy. But besides doing that, when his mother passed away, that was the only
Yep.
time I see him. But he just couldn't even talk about it. Wouldn't talk about it.
mhm.
So I don't want to
Oh,
talk
my
about
God.
it.
He
I
cried and cried and
think
cried.
when
Pitiful.
I think when my older dog passes away and it's just Lucy, because she's so young, I think that I'm probably going to get another golden just to, as a baby, just to
Yeah.
keep his,
But
so Lucy can have a friend.
your golden is so beautiful.
Mm-hmm. They're
Oh,
gorgeous.
she's something.
They shed like a mofo, but they are
I like
gorgeous.
that video Pam's posted where she's sitting on. Is that golden that was like sitting there, and you have your legs crossed, and she kept putting
Yeah,
her paw on your
she
butt.
is the neediest dog ever, but she
Oh, they
tries to
are.
be polite about it, but she
Yeah,
is so
you're just
needy.
sitting there, and you're got your legs crossed, and she sticked her paw on your on your foot,
Now,
and you're like,
And
Lucy is
she,
your golden, right?
yeah, yeah.
"Oh, so
Mhm.
cute." It was so cute. That
I will
video,
Yeah,
tell
is
they
that
you,
call
video
you.
still up? I love
she
that
is
video.
so smart. She is probably the smartest dog I've ever owned.
Yep.
I've never owned a golden
Retrievers.
before. Yeah,
Retrievers
she's
are
so
freaking
smart.
scary smart. Hmm.
We had an
We
American Eskimo, and
Oh
he
my
was
God,
Gorgeous.
my
so
stepdaughter had one. Oh, they're so beautiful.
he was abused, and there he was born into a house that had 13 or 14 American Eskimos.
Oh my God.
He was abused. They took him in, they shaved him down. Jason
Oh,
and I didn't
Hmm.
have kids yet. He was like one of the siblings, though. Like when Grace and him would walk down the steps, he would literally hip check her on the way down, like
Hmm.
to get out of
oh,
my way. You would.
Hmm.
It was so funny because they were like siblings more than when the baby came along. When Alexa came along, that was it. Then he passed away. He passed away 9 months into
hmm.
it. So now we have Gypsy, who is our black Labrador Retriever, half what's plot hound.
Oh boy, that's a heck of a combination.
With
Yeah. Yep.
oh my god, she was so cute when we got her. I mean, we didn't think she had a bark until she barked. We are like, ah.
We
Morissette
had
is
to
so
do a
cute.
lot of
My
training with ours so she didn't bark. It took, I would say, at least 3 months of being highly consistent. And now, if she barks at something, we just say quiet and she'll stop immediately.
Oh, could you do that to mine?
You could do it. I'm telling
I
you.
did. She doesn't listen to me. She yells at. She fights with me. Gypsy, don't talk back.
You got to do it with a high reward treat every single time. And before you know it, with a cue word though, and before you know it, he'll
yeah,
stop. I bet you.
I
yeah.
hope so.
They're smart as hell. Retriever breed, just in and of itself, is just super scary smart. They're human, I swear. Little fur
Yep.
coats.
Yep.
Ginger was a Chesapeake Bay Retriever, but hard-headed. Jesus God, that dog.
Yeah.
It's like you can't do that. And she's looking at me like, "Oh, but I'm going to. If
Ours
that's
will
gonna
do.
hurt,
That's
I
usually
don't
what
care."
cats are like. Cats are like cats do their own thing. They're like,
Mhm.
you know,
Ours will do anything for food. So she's like she loves to work. So learning new tricks or new tasks or whatever, she just loves doing it. And you can teach her a new trick within like 15 minutes.
Hmm. Yeah,
She's
That's
I
she's
taught.
so
amazing.
I,
intelligent.
I was telling my niece and nephew how I taught my Pyrenees and my Retriever to speak like in 5 minutes.
Oh
And
yeah.
I'd forgotten Ginger wasn't here. It's one of those days where you kind of forget that they're gone. And I called Dixie over to tell her to speak. And it's like, I started crying. They're looking at me like, you're crazy. What's going on? I'm like, this is the first time I've made her speak, and Ginger wasn't here to speak with her. And it sounds so
Oh.
stupid and trivial,
It's
but
kind of like
they
the
were
first
just,
time the doorbell goes off and the dog doesn't bark. Like that's how it felt
oh,
for
yeah,
us. And like there was
yeah.
something missing.
And she has such a deep, manly bark. I always tell my husband, between that and her snoring, we were never going to get her married off. I'm like, she's way too masculine to be a chick. He's like, I know, isn't she badass? I'm like, just stop, really? It's gross.
What
She would
kind of
We
dog
snore.
was she?
Do you think Tracy's dog snores? Oh, Lolly? Good Lord. I
I
was like,
love Tracy's dog
I
snoring.
wanted to have competitions with Lolly. I'm like, no, 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 Tracy, listen to this. Because it was insane. I
She'll
would
be
look at my
sitting there
husband at
talking
night.
here.
every time she went live, you could hear.
Go
I
ahead,
don't
Yeah,
know.
dog.
I haven't been in her lives for a while, but every time,
I haven't heard the dog in a
mhm.
while. No,
no.
And everybody was like,
that dog is
Tracy, do you have
hilarious.
gas? Do you have gas? She's like, that's not me. It's my dog.
I
we
Wow,
taught
she's
feel
getting out.
Lucy we taught Lucy to jump in the air and spin. Think of like a dolphin. We taught her to
Oh,
do
how
that.
cute.
So
really.
we started that when she was a puppy, when she was very, obviously
Mhm.
much smaller. And now because she's so big,
She's like
um,
knocking over furniture.
it's like the funniest spin now because she's got to look around her to make sure there's nothing around her. But
Oh, that's funny.
she can do all kinds of shit. She now
Can you
even
throw
can
like
bring in the
frisbees?
mail.
Will you throw frisbees and she catches it, or um, my mother-in-law,
Tennis
my well,
ball.
my mother-in-law's used to be mother-in-law. She passed away now. Next door neighbor had a golden retriever, and if you threw a frisbee, that dog, I swear to God, and they found it as a stray.
Yeah.
That dog could catch that frisbee every time, no matter how far you threw it. That dog
Yep.
could catch that frisbee. Smartest dog I've ever seen.
We've never done frisbee work. But
Oh,
as
you
far
should
as
teach her
retrieving,
frisbee.
the good thing is typically a golden retriever will always bring it back to you.
Yeah,
Our other dog would go get it and then be like, "Nope, fuck you. I'm not giving it back.
yeah,
I'm
our
gonna go
Saint
hide
Bernard.
it."
Yeah. Well, you've heard the story about Ginger and the Saint Bernard, right, Logan? We got Ginger first, very, very smart retriever, of course. 6 weeks, you throw the ball, she brings it back. It's just born in them, right? Then we get the Saint Bernard like a year later. He's a moron. So we got to play fetch. No such word in that boy's vocabulary. No. He goes and of course, he can outrun her because her hips are shit. And he's got a stride like Secretariat. Okay. So he'd go get whatever toy. We'd have like a bunch of them out there. I would throw one. He'd go get it and he'd take off with it. And she would come walking back like, can we not play with him? Because he doesn't know the rules to the game. And so she'd go pick up a toy and bring it to me. Well, he would come over thinking, new toy, new game. So she would go and pick up the old toy and bring it back because he was now infatuated with that toy. So that went on for like a year because he didn't know what we were doing. So then he would do it and she would go pick up a toy and he wouldn't leave the other toy alone. So she'd come over to me with the toy and make me pet her. And so I just went nuts and, oh, Ginger, you're so good. He'd come over to get petted. She'd go get the old toy, bring it back. That lasted for a couple of years. So then it stopped working. And we're sitting in the living room one day and talking about stuff, throwing the ball. And of course, he's not complying. So she came over and sat between me and Mike, and she's looking around the room Mike goes, go get another toy. She's like, no. Okay, well, come over here. And he's like petting on her, loving on her. I'm like, Mike, just leave her alone. She's thinking about this. Okay. So in the front of the house, right off the living room, was the dining room, big bay window where the door was. So of course, if anybody came over, they all ran to that window and went nuts. So about that time, she gets up, goes over to the dining room and starts barking at the front window. He went over, barked. She went over, picked up the toy, brought it to us. He goes, she did not just do that. Yeah, she sure did. Smart girl.
Oh, smart dogs. We all had smart dogs. Our Doberman was pretty smart. And then we had
Y'all
the
raised
dumbest.
Dobermans still, didn't you?
We had the dumbest one. Every time that door would open, that dog would shoot out the door, and my dad would say, get Duke," and we'd be all over the place going, "Come, Duke, come, Duke," and everybody, of course, he's a Doberman, so everybody was afraid of him because Dobermans look scary. Like if you don't know the dog,
Expect yeah, Dobermans.
we would have to chase this stupid dog everywhere. Oh my God. As soon as that door was open, just a crack, that dog would push by you and was out the door like a flash. And of course, my dad would make us all us kids go out running after that stupid dog. It's like dumb dog. And then he broke his leg and it was in a cast for a while. And then the cast came off. And if he got into trouble, this was funny because then it got healed and he was walking on all fours and everything again. But if he got into trouble, he would lift that leg up for sympathy, swear to God. Or if he wanted something, or if he wanted if he wanted sympathy, or if he wanted you to pet him, this leg would be up. But otherwise, he was okay. He would walk around like the dumbest dog we ever had, but we loved him. He lived to be about 12 or 13, I think.
I've never met someone like, you know what? I had a dog and that dog was just an asshole. Do you guys know anyone?
You never talk to Tacos? She says her dog's an asshole. But she loves him. I mean, she loves her dog. She said, my dog's an asshole.
Yeah, I love my dog, but I know in all sense of the words, yes, she's a bitch. But she's a bitch. Like she grumbles back at me every time I ask, like, all right, come on, get down. I'm like, no, it's because she's like one of the kids. It's hilarious.
Isn't it funny how dogs pick their person in the house? Like they're closer to a certain person in your house.
Husband.
Yeah. My husband is the one that picked out Katie to be our dog. And she was my dog. Well, I was with her all the time. I was with her and I would spoil her.
Carla, that's what happened with us. Our dog picked me and my girls. And now all she wants to do is be around my husband.
It's so weird. Yeah.
You know what?
What?
Remember I told you I went and got Mom's regular Benadryl, the non-capsule things?
Right.
That's why I slept.
Oh. Maybe you should.
No restless legs or crazy shit. Well, I'm thinking we could do like a sub giveaway because I have a slightly used bottle of Benadryl.
Oh my God.
I'd give it away.
Oh my God. Oh, that would go over
almost as good as slightly used CBD oil. Just saying.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe.
I don't even know who you're talking about, but okay.
3 guesses. Starts with an L, ends with a K.
I only need one, but that's okay.
Right. I was like, she's not doing that, is she? Really? Yeah, slightly used CBD oil.
Slightly used CBD oil. Oh.
Probably I didn't use very much. It didn't work on me. Okay, and you're going to give it to someone else.
Yeah, because Serena is usually up at 6 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, I slept.
I'm up at 6 and she's up at 5 her time because she doesn't sleep more than an hour a night. But I think
how do you do that?
I slept more last night because of.
Have you not heard me? I'm a little bit off the beam. I'm just saying.
She fell asleep one night and was snoring. We were
Listen,
in a call.
I don't snore. I purr.
Snoring.
Mike said, I do not snore. I purr.
I did. Oh my God, it was so funny. My hand to God. It's like me and the other person were going, what is that noise? I said, I believe that is snoring.
Yeah.
But I slept good.
I did it once. I
I
fell
slept
asleep
really good
once
last
on
night
Marshes.
because the night before I didn't sleep good because I had a bad night. Let's not get into it, but sort of bad night. So I was like, I didn't sleep at all, like not even a minute. And so last night it was like, I was talking on the phone with, some of my friends and that. And when I fell asleep, and I started watching Jenny Jen Jens, and then I just like got really tired and went out. That's why I was watching it like this morning, and I just passed out. And I very rarely sleep more than 2 hours at a time. I slept for like 4 or 5 hours, so I'm rested. That's resting for me.
That's
Yeah.
been me too. I haven't been sleeping that great like the past week.
It's COVID. They told you they were going to reopen everything. They went, nah. Yeah.
No, and see, I'm trying to add Ginger, but it says her devices are not connected. She might
What?
have to go out and come back in. You know what? They're going to put us back into the green zone now because one day the case was like 96 new cases. The next day was 109. Like people aren't being careful.
Right.
So now I'm not like going out anywhere. Like they're even going to be closing restaurants. Like they opened the restaurants and bars. Hey, Robbie, how are you, Robbie? Nice to
Hey,
see
Robbie.
you. Robbie comes in here. We're his sleeping pill. He comes in here when he's going to bed so he can fall asleep.
Is he going to bed? If
I
not,
don't know.
Robbie, come on
Usually,
panel.
yeah. If you want to come up
Robbie's
on
always a
panel,
hoot.
you're welcome to come up on panel,
We'll put
Robbie.
you to sleep. We will
We'll
put you to sleep.
We will. Us women. Ginger is her devices are not connected. I don't know. I don't know, but I can't add her. I'm trying to, but it's not letting me. Yeah, Robbie, I put the link out if you want to come up for a minute for a few.
Carrie, my cat thinks she's a dog because we got her. She's only about a year old. And when we got her, of course, we had all these ginormous dogs. So she thought, oh, this is my family. So now she
Ruggy
acts like a
Rubble.
dog. She plays with them like crazy. She's so cute. She's so tiny, tiny little calico. And she's nuts, but I can call her. She comes to me like a dog. She follows me everywhere like the dogs. And she's a big whore. She gets in the bed and she demands to be petted. Demands. Like,
We have a calico. She's an
Hi,
asshole.
Mary.
For
She's a
real.
what?
Yes, it's me.
She's an asshole.
Is
Yeah.
Ginger still in the back or no? No.
Mary, I
So
was trying to add Ams and she said her devices weren't connected.
sometimes in that hospital, the Wi-Fi can be a little wonky.
Good
Yeah.
morning, Mary.
How are you, Mary?
Good.
What's
You
up?
recovered from hangover?
Oh, no.
Did you recover
Ginger
from the
about the
weekend?
hangover. No, you can ask Ginger about the hangover. I really
That's
didn't have one.
See, we
Because
should have done the live on how Molly put put Ginger Locks in the hospital from Night of the
Yeah,
Town.
right? Let's start that rumor.
Let's start that rumor.
Lord.
Someone's going to say it. You watch. Someone's going to say,
Someone will
oh,
say
That
it.
would be
Ginger's
so pathetic.
partying and she's sick and shouldn't be doing that. And that's why she's in the hospital. You
Right,
watch.
so
Someone's
today
going to
is
say that.
Thursday, and that was like last week. Yeah.
Saturday.
Delayed reaction, big time.
We had fun. I have to say, it was
I
the first
Sounds
time.
saw.
like
We saw that. We saw
you
It
look
was
like
fireworks.
you were having a
legit the first
blast.
time
Yeah.
I drank since the pandemic. Like I haven't drank at all. So
I don't know. What were those drinks you were drinking?
So I drink lemon drop martinis.
Ooh.
Marissa and Ginger were
Hershey martinis.
drinking the Hershey Kisses martini.
That looks so
Ooh,
good.
yeah.
Mary,
I
you were
saw
so funny. You were
Marissa's
like laser beam on the chat. It was so like she even
I was
drunk.
like,
She's a
okay,
wrench.
let me answer everybody.
She is drunk wrenching. Look, drunk wrenching.
I was. Do you know I went back and looked at it for the first time the other day, and I was rolling. And one of the kids were like, "What the hell?" I was
What's
like,
wrong with you?
Did you guys
Everybody.
how many different bars did you guys go to?
We went to 4.
Oh,
we
okay.
Oh
would
my
have
God.
we
I
would
don't know.
have
We didn't see all
continued.
the ones you went to.
We would have continued, but they closed down at 11 o'clock.
Really, 11?
Because of
Wow.
COVID, I'd
Because of
imagine.
COVID,
Yeah.
I bet you. Yeah.
And Adrian was our Uber driver, and whatever anybody has to say about that guy, it's all completely false. He actually calls her
Hi,
dear
Robbie.
when
He
not
calls her what?
online. Dear. You know how he's
Dear.
like, yes, dear. Yes, dear.
Oh, really?
That's really how he is.
Who
Yes.
now? Who is this? Her husband?
Marissa's
Adrian is her husband.
Adrian. Yeah, Adrian. Yeah.
Adrian.
Mhm.
Yeah.
My husband does
Really.
too, but he says it like when he says, "Well, sweetheart," that is Southern for "Are you a fucking crazy bitch?" Because I'm like, don't say that to me. He's like, "What, sweetheart?" I'm like, "No, no," because the way he says it, because he gets that look on his face, like, "You really are fucking stupid, aren't you?" Yes, indeed, I am. I am.
He is so sweet. I mean,
Well, we
I
had
mean,
Ginger on panel early in the morning. The
Oh,
next
her
morning.
mother-in-law just called. That's why she didn't have a device available.
Oh,
She was
okay.
on the
uh,
phone.
Do you want up again?
I don't think my husband has ever said the word sweetheart, probably in his
Oh,
life
really?
ever.
My husband has. And
Not mine.
honey and sweetheart are the two things,
you
especially
know
if
what?
I'm upset.
You know what would drive me crazy about my ex-husband? He would call me, and since my kids were little, he'd be like, he'd be in the basement asking for something. Mom, can you get me this? I'm like, I'm not your mother.
Are your freaking legs broke?
I'm like, I'm not your mother.
Yeah.
Like he always had that need to say, "Ma." I'm like, oh,
How many
no.
bars did you guys get thrown out of? Legit.
We did not get thrown out.
Okay.
So this was the thing. Ginger can tell the story because really she was down talking to somebody the whole time. So inside, you're supposed to be 6 feet away from everybody. And I guess Ginger wasn't listening, perhaps. And
What,
all of a
Ginger? I don't believe
Ginger,
that.
all of a
innocent
sudden,
woman.
like, yeah, your friend's outside there. So we went out, and there she was. Just because it was 6 foot, people are like blowing that out of proportion. That we got kicked out of a bar because we were so drunk. No, not at all.
That little
No,
waitress
yeah,
was
one of the
flying across
screams,
that room,
something one
screaming.
of the streams was named like bar fight or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm like, what's
That
this
was
all
one of
about?
the one. Yeah, they asked Ginger to leave because she wouldn't. She was so drunk she couldn't understand the 6 foot separation rule.
I could see her
Aw.
doing that.
Yeah, she couldn't understand that whole rule.
Yeah, how can you tell
So-
drunks to stay
I
6
think
feet
she
apart?
got
They're not
mad
going
and
to get
said, I think
that.
she got mad and said some naughty words too at one point.
Oh, Ginger
And the,
like had
and the bar
Word
She's
chick
like,
mouth
she's like
and
sitting at the
all
thing, and they
that.
start talking about something, and Ginger's like,
And
"That
I
cunt."
Oh
I
my
had nothing
God,
to do
yeah.
with that
He's like,
one creator's rant. I swear to God, we had
oh
nothing
my
to do with
God.
it. We were like, okay, like,
He's like talking about smoking. She's going, I love smoking. I just love that guy.
Smokey's just wonderful.
Oh my
God.
God.
I think it was fun for even the people in the chat. Like it was so interactive. I
You were
mean,
so funny. You were
saw it
so on
after,
it.
I think I saw it afterwards. After it was all over, but I was like, oh my God, this is hilarious.
wait,
I
the
didn't
next
watch most of it. I only watched the part where they were like ordering the drinks for the table across the room in
Yes.
the very
Oh, I
beginning.
saw that.
wait,
I
wait,
saw
wait,
that.
Hey,
wait.
I
Did
saw
you
that
watch
part.
how many drinks Ginger spilled?
No, I
No.
didn't.
no.
I didn't see
Oh
that
my
part.
God.
Okay, you've all seen me
Ginger,
at my
how
worst.
many drinks did you spill?
That was my worst.
3?
That was beyond my worst.
I think
Woke
That
up the
was
next
that
morning like,
was
what the
solid
hell?
comic gold. Let me just tell you.
it was.
Uh,
Everybody was laughing in the
I'm
chat.
like, I'm sorry.
But
People like,
To me, Mary was the funniest because I'm a
Really?
lot like that. I get real freaking quiet and I get laser focused on whatever. It doesn't matter. You could be doing cartwheels, somersaults. It wouldn't matter. You know, I'm over here doing my thing, and like Mary was just so into modding. I was like, "There's
Oh yeah, we
everybody is going to be
did modding.
deleted tomorrow. Everyone will be blocked tomorrow." Swear to God.
I was making sure I was
Oh,
saying
and
hi to
I'm sorry, the
everybody in
C word normally
chat.
doesn't come out of my mouth. I'm
Yeah,
surprised it did. Woo.
yeah. Oh
Ginger,
yeah.
yeah, we were
Ginger
like,
was like that.
Sorry, y'all.
Cut that. Cut. I was like, "God."
Who were you referring
wow, the
to?
best rant was
Huh?
Oh my
Shadow.
God,
This is
yeah.
not how I
That was
talk.
the
I
best
never use that.
And
rant.
then
Let's
the
go back.
bartender
See,
says
it's
something, and
Tuesday.
she's like, "Oops, I'm sorry."
Oh boy.
She's like,
Yeah.
Good
It's
grief.
like, ma'am, you're gonna have to take it down about 4 notches.
And
What?
wait, and then in the middle of the
Okay.
night, I go to the
4
bathroom and I
notches.
walk in on Ginger
I
going to bed.
normally
I'm
don't
like, what
intend
the
to get
hell? It's
that
4
drunk,
o'clock in the morning.
but you know,
It was
when you
so
haven't
funny.
had, when you have, when you experience that little bit of, I just did, and I went a little bit cuckoo for
oh,
Cocoa Puffs.
and then
So
Molly goes up to the
I,
bar and she goes, "This one can't handle any more than 2 drinks."
and now look where
She
I've
goes, "I
gotten.
can."
Hospital. But
I
that's not why
didn't
I'm here.
realize she took everybody into the stall to go to
Can
the
you hear that?
Oh
bathroom.
my God.
I missed that part. I missed that part.
I didn't even know that.
Oh yeah.
Man.
Oh yes.
Like,
Yes, we were all
man.
there. We were there.
Oh my God, that was funny. I see. I didn't
I would
know
have been
that.
hiding from all of you. I would have been like
How
under
do
a
they make you
table
keep your
telling
masks on
people
in
to
a
come
bar?
get me.
Ginger just jumped off again. I don't know.
Uh,
Yeah, that was
I mean, it was such a fun night, and she's a very generous woman. And like I said, Jake is, I mean, I have seen Jake before, but he's so well mannered and just so like,
I've seen
He's
him
a
on
nice looking
separate.
kid.
Yeah, I've seen him
yeah.
on separate lives before, and he is a really nice kid. He's very respectful and very,
No, Remy,
very
we
good
did not
kid.
get thrown out of 3 bars.
Oh, you
Thanks.
couldn't hear. You want to jump back up? She said she couldn't hear.
Just the fourth one.
Maybe it was good that you didn't hear.
And that wasn't even us. That was the one coming on panel.
Oh my God. You guys had fun. That's what's important. Who cares what
Right.
anybody else thinks?
Yeah, I mean,
No.
it was the first time drinking in 3 months for me.
Oh, listen, Mary. I made a stream time after.
Oh, the wine
Uh,
stream, that was a good one.
it was like 1 minute, and people were calling me a drunk and blah blah blah. I was
Oh,
like,
I can just imagine. I was like, wait, did you hear me? I'm
one
like,
glass of
God.
wine.
I was like, God, the videos that are going to come out this week on this.
Actually,
And
I don't think there's been any videos, has there?
no, I was kind of afraid because Amelia Airhead kind of like had the camera emoji going. I was like, oh yeah, probably
Here we go.
good.
Here we go. Our
Did y'all
stuff's gonna be.
did
Yeah,
y'all hear that they found the soldier?
yeah.
Yeah, so
They found
sad.
her remains.
They encased her in concrete.
Oh,
Oh my
What?
God!
Yeah.
Yeah, she was encased in
That's
concrete.
why they couldn't find her. They were walking over her the whole time. And then they buried it. And the concrete, of course, would make her decompose quickly. Or more quickly, rather. Yeah.
How
But
do they
okay,
know? How do they know to look her?
they got tips. They got tips.
Oh, okay.
And let me tell you, they said that they basically caught the suspect. Okay, that suspect was a private. He was a lower
Ranking
rank than
official.
her. So
Yeah.
I'm calling big old bullshit. Y'all need to get in line because she said sergeant to
I'm
her
not
mom.
super familiar with the case. How long had she been missing?
2 months, April
I think
20th,
yeah.
there's
April
a couple of
22nd.
soldiers that have been gone missing from there, right?
Four of them. One of
Four
them
of
was
them.
actually AWOL. The other two they found. Then they found one right around the time right before they found her. She was the last one, and the others were all 3 guys.
Yeah.
So and they're like, oh, they're not related. I'm like, they probably. Well, one was about to be out. He was going to be out in like 2 weeks. So they labeled him as AWOL. He was missing in October. They labeled it as AWOL, and then 30 days you switch to deserter, and they're both criminal, but deserter has more time and more, penalty, whatever, if they find you guilty. And the families were like, he didn't desert. He would not have deserted. He was due out in 2 weeks. Why would he
Right.
work 6 years in the military to be out in
Right.
2 weeks and then just leave?
Yeah,
I
that doesn't
mean,
make sense.
so they
Where
need to
did
just.
they find her in concrete?
She was right off of the
Right on
base,
the, yeah, really
right off the
close.
base. hmm
Jesus.
And
And
then she was like,
they've arrested, didn't they arrest that guy's
okay, so
wife?
that he shot himself, the one that they say is the suspect, which I call bullshit. Then they arrested his estranged wife, who's a civilian, and some other civilian. I don't know if it's male or female, but yeah, and they all lived on the
They
base.
said
From what
female, actually.
did they? Two
I
females?
think they said, well, one female. I don't know about the other one.
Well, the one female is his estranged wife,
Right, exactly. I don't know
and
if
then
the other one
another
might be,
civilian.
yeah, another civilian.
Yeah, they need to go through that whole base with a scrub brush because all the stuff that has come out about, um, the whole thing with this missing, well, the girl in particular, but the guys too. I mean, what if they were going to go rat on somebody that they knew was sexually harassing the women on the base, and then they go AWOL, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, sure they
Right.
did, but yeah, just a little update.
That's awful.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Have you guys been following the Madeline McCann updates?
I
Yes.
haven't.
What do you think about that?
Wow, I don't know.
Don't they have a suspect? I
Oh
heard
yeah,
they have
Yeah.
a suspect.
I sort of think he's guilty. And they tipped him off though that he was a suspect a year ago. They've had this guy in their sights for a long time. It's not like they just got this info. And they found he has video. There's video evidence of like all the bad shit this guy has done. He was sick.
Wow.
Wow.
He filmed everything. He even filmed himself raping like a 70-something-year-old woman and
Ew.
torturing her. And he would travel around in like an RV. But he buried his dog with like a bunch of like hard drives or flash drives or whatever it is. And they were able to find all of that. But they're saying they have concrete evidence that he is guilty and that Madeline is dead, but they won't say what yet.
I thought she might be dead because, as long as she's been gone, you would think
Yep.
something would have come up by now, but wow.
This fucker was in a pedophile chat room, like telling another guy that he wants to quote unquote catch something small and use it for days and document all of it. And these are the conversations that are happening in these
Ew.
pedophile chat rooms. How sick is that?
Well, yeah, look at Shane Dawson. That they looked at some of the comments from his site or whatever, and they were all like, "Oh, he's such a
You
good
guys
role
use the
model."
P word, not use the P word in here.
We can't
Not
use the P
supposed
Oh,
to
word.
use the
sorry.
P word.
I
No,
know, and I
that's
keep
okay. That's
forgetting.
okay. No,
Sorry.
that's okay. That's okay. But yeah, we got
I
that.
think
No,
the
I
noted.
know.
I
That
think the
word for
hardest
some
thing
reason will
about
get
That word is
demonetized
like a
so
no-no
fast.
on here. But we
Yeah.
can say the P
Sorry.
word. We can say
I'm
that's the P
Will
word.
Smith hasn't tracked down Shane Dawson yet.
yeah, I wonder
What?
why.
I
Yeah,
think he should be arrested. I don't
he
know.
needs to be behind bars and
It's
in a very
coming.
small cage. But the
No, we
hardest
can't
thing is
say
when
that
kids go
word. But
missing or they die, the scrutiny that's put on the parents. That's hard for me to like watch. I mean, I get that you want to go first to the people that they're closest to, but it's like, damn, if they didn't have anything to do with it, how hard would that be to have to endure being watched every second and you've lost your kid? It's like, come on. Mm-mm.
well, the
Carrie.
parents were suspect for a long time, weren't they?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yep.
Y'all don't think so,
I
Carrie? You
still
don't think
think
it's
what they
him?
did was irresponsible.
Why don't you guys
So
think
they
it's him over there?
they
I don't
pinned
think
his
he's
cell
done it.
phone right next to the hotel the night that she was taken.
Oh,
So do you remember like the documentary series where you would see that guy? So that was the guy then.
that was walking toward like below the restaurant?
That was yes. That
Wait
had
a
Mm.
to have
second.
been.
With the little girl, you mean? Like in his
Yes.
arms? No.
Holding.
Nope. That's someone
That
else. They figured out who that was.
that
That
was
was
somebody
not the guy.
else?
So
Oh,
this guy used to break into, villas and basically he would go to vacation towns and rob these places.
oh,
So they think that he was breaking in to, rob them and realized that there was children in there, and that's how she was
That came
taken.
about. So, Carrie, why don't you guys in the UK think it was him? Okay. They won't say what evidence. They've been stalling for years with this mail and lots of other info.
Yeah, so they won't say what evidence yet. They just did a statement like 2 weeks ago that said they
Okay.
have concrete proof. But I don't blame them for not putting out the evidence yet if this man is going to go to trial for this.
True, because you don't want anybody to tarnish that, or your jury
Yep.
pool too, if they have a jury type of situation there. And where would he even be tried? Where she was taken?
I don't know,
I
but
would think.
I would think so.
what's it called in over there, like their FBI? What is that called again? Like our FBI is their something gate
I
or
know what you're
something.
talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't remember what they call like their police over there. Something Yard, actually.
Scotland Yard?
Scotland Yard, yes. So Scotland Yard is not working, apparently, with the, oh geez, where's that guy from? Germany, with the German officials. So apparently that's why they're not sharing evidence.
Well, that's crazy. I mean, come on, y'all get it together.
Yep.
That's nuts. So, but she was taken where? It wasn't in the UK or in Germany.
No,
Where
it
were
was in
they? They were in Spain.
In Spain,
Where
I
were
think.
Spain?
Prague, were
Portugal?
they?
Prague.
Yeah,
Portugal.
I can't remember now.
Portugal. You're right. You're
Portugal?
right. Yeah, Portugal.
Yep, and that guy was there, and he committed like several other crimes, and they're linking him now to the death of a little boy as well.
Oh,
So
Lord.
apparently he preferred little boys over little girls, but
That's all she had was her, I guess.
Portugal.
so
I still think
access.
they were irresponsible to leave their
Oh, you're damn
children
right.
alone in a hotel room. I mean, young children. I would never do
Absolutely.
that. Hi, Monkey. Hi, Lulu. Hi,
Good
Captain
morning, Monkey.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I still
I
think
used,
that was a
when
very
my kids were
irresponsible thing.
sleeping, even if I walked out to my front yard, I, had their little monitor
Yeah.
remote with me because I was so nervous. I would never have dared to leave them
No.
Yeah,
and
so
go to
I guess
dinner.
it was a cultural thing, maybe that they. I mean,
Yeah, I don't know.
can't imagine that ever happening in the United States.
I
Like,
just think it was very irresponsible.
Creepy is international. I'm just saying. I mean, it's not like an American thing. It's like,
no,
ugh.
definitely not.
Brian, get up
You
here, Brian.
hire a nanny to come to your hotel for the night. I mean, that's what you do.
Morning,
Okay,
Beaver.
so speaking of that guy that was carrying the little girl, guess where he was coming from? PM
Where?
daycare. They had PM daycare on site. So the man that was carrying the sleeping little girl that,
Yes.
everyone thought
Yes.
was the suspect, he was bringing his kid back from daycare. Why didn't they take their kids to the
You
daycare?
mean, so
And
for
see,
dinner
that's
they
what.
could have taken their kids to.
Yeah, to daycare.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And that's why they were so suspected, because it was like you had this available where adult supervision was possible, but yet
Right.
you chose to do this. So then I think that's when it started with all the, well, she was traded off, to a ring or whatever. And it was kind of a setup. But then why didn't they take the other kids?
Gosh,
You know
there
what I
were
mean?
so many conspiracy theories.
There was a
Yep.
lot.
Oh,
A
They
lot.
thought the parents, being doctors, gave her,
Too
Benadryl
much.
or
yeah,
some
and
sort
then
of
she,
sleeping medication, and that she passed away. That was
yeah,
that's
I
what they were
remember
going
that.
with for the longest time. Could you imagine being that parent and your kid is gone and everyone, for years says you did it? Imagine how
Well,
that would
yeah,
feel.
but what about John Benet Ramsey? That was the kind of not a similar. She died in their own house,
That's crazy, that
and
story.
nobody. That's an unsolved.
Do you
You
know
know,
there's a great podcast out about that right now.
come on up,
Brian,
Brian.
Huh?
Brian, hashtag Team Remy. Yes.
And
Remy.
it's really interesting how it was just so weird, that ransom note, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
And
right.
and then they looked everywhere, and then when the cops, first of all, they fricked it up to begin
Everybody and their
with.
mother walked through that crime scene, did they not?
Like,
It's like
yeah,
Right.
they
because they
invited
called
people
up,
over.
hey, everybody come on over, kind of thing. Like,
Help us look for this
Remember the
kid.
guy that confessed he was like a teacher in
yeah,
some other country, and he confessed to doing it because he was in love with John Benet Ramsey. Oh, it's like such a
but
weirdo.
but the backstory is, so the lead investigator, even when he retired, he still did it on his own. He
Yeah,
still was chasing. He died, right? Like, I don't
Hmm.
know, five,
I think
6 years
so.
ago. His
Yeah,
daughter
Oh,
now
has
is
picked up the
taking it
case.
on, and
Wow.
they're raising money to do like DNA testing, and like they're
pay
going.
for DNA testing?
They are. And I guess the guy that died, the lead investigator, he wrote down a whole list of names of his suspects, and they've been going one by one trying to get
Wow.
like DNA samples and getting them tested. It's crazy, like what they've done.
I still think the parents did that one.
I
I
have to
really do.
say, in Colorado's defense, they've come a long way since John Benet
Let's
Ramsey.
hope so.
Hey, Brian.
What a
Hi.
debt to pay. You sound rough. What were you up partying with the women last
Yeah.
night?
I just woke up. I ain't awake yet. Still got eye boogers and everything else going on over here.
So I guess you're not counting up then.
No, you don't want to see that. It's bad enough when I'm wide awake.
I'm gonna look into that, Carrie. Carrie said, I'd love to recommend Carla a few British YouTubers who cover the cases here and other countries.
Oh,
Won't
Well,
say until you
Brian
approve.
said he
No,
needs to
please.
approve. Oh,
Yeah,
I'm fine with that.
yeah.
yeah,
Can
Carrie.
you
Thank
drop
you.
some links?
That would
You
be
might want
awesome.
to ask Brian to cover some of those cases because he's way
Yes,
better at true crime than me.
he's phenomenal and should do that
I
always.
wish he would. Yeah,
Always.
I wish he would because he
Don't
is really good at getting interviews out there and pulling
Yeah.
things from people that other people,
I know,
and
Remy. That was so weird because that note was written. It was the exact number that he had just gotten paid that big bonus. That's
Yeah.
what they were demanding, and they did say that it matched her handwriting.
There's no way that someone walks in knowing they're going to kidnap a kid, walks in, rummages around to find a note, a notepad, sits
Once,
down, takes a couple practice,
yeah,
yeah,
because
practice
it was
practice
practice
runs.
shots
notes.
at it, prints them up, throws them out, and sits there and writes. How long did they say that they think it took for them to write that letter? Like 12
I don't
minutes or
remember.
something? A minimum of 12 minutes? Nobody's going to do that. I'm sorry.
No,
They're going to bring that shit with them. It's going to be planned out, especially if you believe that the person that wrote that letter is of such high intelligence based off the wording that they used. They're not going to come in there without even the ransom note ready. No
It would be
but
way.
the
typed
but
out.
the
That ring
interview
was and it would be typed out, like Em says.
pre-done, yeah,
Right.
pre-done.
Be
But
typed.
Yeah.
the son's interview with Dr. Phil was the creepiest thing I've ever seen. That was
Yeah,
creepy.
now there was inconsistencies with that little boy too.
Yeah,
Whether
Yeah.
he was
They think maybe he hit her with a flashlight. That's one of their theories. And that the parents tried to cover it up.
okay, so Sean Atwood and James English are the two that Carrie recommends. So I'm gonna go visit those sites later on and see and like them and subscribe. Whatever I'm trying to say.
Hey, Carrie, being British, do you like Armchair Detective or no?
I've
I thought
tried.
that
I
dude was
can't.
funny for a minute. Like,
I
Yeah.
just
I
subbed
just
to that
he's
person.
weirdo.
Yeah, I just
Such a
I
why?
weirdo.
watched one video and it was humorous. And I'm like, I didn't know who he was. And I said once that I thought he was funny in a chat, and people came at me hard for that. I'm
Oh, I
like,
don't
wait a
know.
minute.
I've never watched any of their videos. Why? What's wrong with them?
I better
Oh
figure
God,
out who this guy is.
he's gone after Shanann Watts.
Oh
Not
no.
Shanann Watts. No, let me retract that. because there are people that go after Shanae. No, he's just really into the case. And when Frank Ruzek came out to speak to the press, he was pretty much directing, can you leave this case alone, to him,
Who's he
this
directing
armchair
that at?
detective. Huh?
Oh, Armchair Detective.
Yeah, when Frank Ruzek came out to speak to the press, he was pretty much speaking to him.
Yeah, he was speaking to a lot of people. Armchair Detective went with the shadows thing, with the shadow thing that he did. That was interesting though. But the rest of
It
it,
was, and he was right.
yeah, but a lot. The rest of it was kind of like fluff. But
Yeah, but you don't have to keep talking about it like,
No comment, Mario. Carrie.
No comment. Oh, sorry. You're a big fan. Sorry.
if Armchair Detective said something that's wrong and you go correct him on it, he'll block you and never talk to you again.
I don't know the guy. I've never gone into a chat or anything.
I
I've
think
just watched
he got a
replay.
couple cease and desist from the Ruzek family.
He should have.
I
I love the new Canadian chick, Life of Crime or something like that. She's grown quickly.
It's a
She's
crime.
from Canada. It's a crime, yes.
Yeah.
But I like her style. She gets right to the point.
I
says,
love
"Good morning."
Stephanie Harlow.
I do
Like
too.
if I'm in the car, I'll have either my podcast on or her.
Yeah.
Love Stephanie Harlow. She's awesome.
Yeah. She's really cute too.
She is.
I like how
adorable.
she likes to match her sweaters with her eye, the blush on her eye. She matches
the eyeshadow, the blush on her eyes.
Really?
I think she does. She does
Blush,
doesn't she do makeup videos too?
I think she
Not
does.
just not just like crime, but she's good at true crime. She really is.
She's
Who's
getting
Stephanie?
in on
Awesome.
the Shane Dawson stuff right now.
Yeah, she is.
She's getting into that.
So Captain Masul said he was just banned from being a company owner by the UK because of lack of record tracking.
Guys, I
and
got
he's
down.
okay. He spoke in foul of the family, and he didn't find the shadows. A sub found them and showed it to him, and he blocked her and claimed that he found them.
Oh yeah, and I know who that is.
Wow.
Now I forget who it is.
Yeah, Linda's fantastic, and she did a great job yesterday with. I found more information really on hers than I found anywhere else about Vanessa from Fort Hood, the soldier. She had a lot of information, and there was also, I mean, take it for what it's worth. It's YouTube, but the guy sounded credible. There was a soldier from Fort Hood actually in her chat yesterday that was talking about some things that it could be. Of course, you don't know people on YouTube. It is what it is. We're all a bunch of catfishes, apparently.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, she's growing really,
He's
really
banned
fast.
for 6 years. He's banned for 6 years.
I'm gonna have to Google that. Armchair Detective. Yeah.
Why?
Huh?
Because he's a big fat liar.
What did he do?
He's a liar. Well, that's what Captain was saying, that he was banned from having a company in the UK because he wasn't keeping records well.
Because he probably didn't pay any taxes on his YouTube.
Probably. He can't be a company owner. And then one of his subs found the shadow story, and he blocked her and claimed that he found it. Jerk.
That sounds like somebody else I know.
Does it? Wait, who? Anybody I watch?
Think about Ginger Locke's rant last weekend.
Oh my
Do you
God.
remember
I
her
slept
rant?
since then.
Really?
Yeah.
Holy cow.
Put it in private chat. She does dive deep. She's a lot like Stephanie. But I'm telling y'all, Brian needs to be doing this. No, you do, because you're good.
I might if one jumps out at me.
I'm telling you, you're like a pit bull.
I put it in private chat.
Okay. I don't see it. Why do I not see private chat?
Brian is like a pit bull. When he wants to get to the bottom of something, he always gets to the bottom of it.
I didn't.
Oh, there it is.
I tried.
Yeah. Okay. Gotcha.
But you're fair, Brian. That's what. Oh goodness. Interesting.
Yeah.
Is that who you thought it was?
I'm gonna have to go back and watch that again.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, from being a company
I love
owner. Yeah.
Stephanie Harlow.
I do too. She's amazing. I'm
Yeah.
telling Brian needs to do this.
Get yourself a Patreon, Brian.
Ah.
Oh,
Well,
oh,
I won't pay for a Patreon for anybody. I don't care who they are. So I damn sure wouldn't set one up.
I donate donate. I'm a patron of Stephanie's. And Brian, if you set one up, I would be for you too.
Yeah, well, with Stephanie, it's different because she does make a living. That's her job.
But here's the thing:
I
if you
join your
slowly got
Patreon.
into it and built up and built up, I mean, this girl that's her profession. And you could name your own um, hours. You could do your own thing. You'd be your own
You
boss.
would
I'm
go
just
for it.
saying. I think you would. I know you would.
Yeah, I could if I had enough a bigger attention span.
We'll get you some Adderall.
Well,
we have,
you want me to give you your
resources.
address? You can mail me some, okay?
Okay, I'll mail you some Adderall.
Oh my
Oh,
God.
somebody, please clip that. Please do. Okay.
Oh Lord.
Mary, you timed me out yesterday.
I didn't mean to. Did I?
Yeah.
Did you say something that?
I put my Google Voice number in for somebody.
Oh yeah. I was like, stop doing that.
No, my Google phone. The Google phone is safe. I've been giving that out for years. It's safe.
Martha Moxley's case is like that one. Still, I can't. That's
He
an
got away
awful
with
case.
murder too.
He
That guy.
did.
Gosh,
He did.
all those.
Brian, why were you
cases.
putting your Google number out?
For breaking the silence.
No.
She doesn't want to reach me email. I guess she's afraid, big bad Brian will dox her or something. So I gave her the number. So so she could take a look at some things and realize that she might have been wrong.
I know Tatum. He's like a pit bull. He'd grab a hold of the butt of that case and never let go.
Yeah, I do. If I get into it, if I focus on something, I'm there.
Mm-hmm.
I got into the whole Marilyn Monroe conspiracies, and they're like for real. Like the day before she died, she was going to the press with all of the state secrets because she was so pissed off with Bobby that she's like, I'm going to tell everybody what I know.
Yeah.
And the funny thing is, people still believe it was all about JFK. What is Bobby?
It wasn't.
It was about Bobby.
Bobby.
Bobby was doing damage control, and the thing with her, that Nebutol that they say that the Nebutol that they say she overdosed with, there were no caps, there were no capsules. Right. The lining was there, it wasn't there, right. and it was administered anally.
And she was laid one of her, portrait scenes. And the housekeeper didn't call for 5 hours. There was just so much.
Yeah, there was a lot.
Well, was it glass on the inside of the window or the outside? Stuff like that.
Well, look at the Michael Smith trial. Another one of those relatives when he had that little incident in Florida with the girl on the beach.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember
Moxley's mom is still alive. Gosh, she has to be in her 90s now.
Well, then that girl, the girl, what is that? The Chapel.
I thought someone was convicted of that.
He was, but then it was overturned.
Oh, was it?
For Skakel,
he's been out of jail for a long time.
The name Skakel
might have been the perfect murder. Someone committed the perfect.
It's like a cross between a scumbag and a cankle.
Nephew of who?
One of the wasn't it Bobby? Wasn't it? Or I want to say it was one of.
I'm trying to think. What'd she ask?
Wasn't he kin to Ethel's side? I don't remember.
Are you talking about the young
Skakel.
Kennedy? I don't remember.
Not Michael, but Skakel.
Michael Skakel?
Well, yeah, with the Martha Moxley case.
Carrie, my first case that I took it really personally was Susan Smith with her 2 little boys, because my oldest was their age, and that was just horrifying to me. But recently, it's weird.
Which one?
Susan Smith, when she drove.
Oh, Susan Smith. Oh my God, that was heartbreaking.
Just recently, it was on IG last week. It's called The Lost Boys of Bucks County. It's just by weird coincidence.
Yes.
Ginger Locks and I both know one of the victims.
Like,
Yeah,
Yeah,
Oh my
it's
goodness.
just so
that was
strange how that
crazy.
happens.
yeah. To see now that I want to lock on. That I want to lock on to.
Did you
I wish
watch
you
the
would, Brian.
Yes, I
did you
watched it twice.
watch
I watched
okay,
it twice.
so the one I knew was I'll say quote unquote Dean Finicaro.
Mhm.
I've known him since he was a little boy. My best friend's childhood friend was her, and they had a shore house next to my best friend. So I saw him a lot in the summer times whenever I'd go to my best friend's summer house.
Mhm.
He was such a cute boy, but he wasn't like the other kids. He really had a rebellious streak from the time he was probably 15. And actually, Ginger Locks knows more than I do about
Yeah,
this.
I talked to her
Uh,
about it. Yeah.
yeah, because she thought it was somebody else in the documentary, but it turned out to be the kid I knew. That he just got into trouble, ran over trouble. But the guy, so what they didn't really portray, and I don't understand this, is Donardo, the one that did the killing,
Uh,
Right.
and the cousin.
Cosmo.
Um, he has it, yeah, Cosmo Donardo. A wannabe, he really was a wannabe gangster,
Yeah.
in his own delusional mind. But he had a traumatic brain injury, and he wasn't on his meds, and his parents just let him be. Like,
They seemed
it's
very distracted. I mean, they made a lot of money,
they made a
so
lot of money, and guess what? They never left. I was like, I'm sorry, I'd be moving to Florida right now. You
right?
still, I'll still go near to where they live, and there'll still be signs of his last name everywhere.
Wow.
And
Brian, what
kids,
case of, huh?
used to party at that site where all the bodies were still to this day.
Oh,
That
And
was like a
I
wooded area, wasn't it? Where they found the bodies.
I
What?
think
Wasn't it like a wooded area?
It was, yes, it's very dense.
Hmm.
It's near, I don't know if you ever heard of New Hope. Um Jessica Salvage, was that her name? The news anchor that got that went into a canal years and years ago.
Jessica Savage. Yeah. Yeah.
yes, Jessica
Yes,
Savage.
it
Yeah.
was. Guess what, Brian?
Uh,
That's like 3 miles down the road.
oh man. I
Yeah.
think in that
So
documentary I watched, I think it's really, really cool how that cop had the instinct to go back and look at that shed when they first went out to that
yeah.
because that's where they found the car, and he just had the instinct to turn around and go back and look. I wonder how long it would have took, to get solved since they had already been out there
Yep.
looking. So he just with his
That's what they call true detective work.
yeah, he
And
had he had a really bad
Old
feeling.
fashioned
Yeah,
detective work.
back and found the car. So
I mean, and it wasn't even over hardcore drugs. It was literally over pot. Like,
Yeah,
it wasn't
yeah.
anything hardcore. He just wanted to be a
A gangster.
gangster. That's it.
You know, some
Yeah.
people get
And
freaked out about,
Brian,
marijuana.
what's your
They
most
go
memorable
to
case?
jail
What's the
for a
one
long
case
time.
that sticks out the most with you,
well,
Brian?
the one I covered the most was the Darley case, but
Right.
there's so many of them. It's hard to because they all kind of stick out to me. It would take me a minute to come up on that one.
Think
Uh,
about that.
I followed the
the
George
hot car
Floyd case.
death, the Cooper Harris hot car death. That one,
oh yeah,
Yeah.
that one
that's
stuck out to me a
definitely.
lot because I just, the way he he went to Chick-fil-A for lunch, and then he just after that he just forgot that
Right.
the baby was. I didn't buy it.
Oh God.
The guy looked creepy to me. That one
Mm-hmm.
stuck out a lot because if you imagine the suffering of a hot car death,
Mm-hmm.
that one really did stick out a lot.
Ryan, do you think Susan Smith will ever get out of jail?
She shouldn't.
Well,
No.
because she's caused so much problems in jail.
Well, she's turned into like I don't the butch the daddy, and she's kind of running stuff over there.
Right.
Wow.
But she shouldn't get out. I do give her credit though. I'll give her credit for one thing. She can only go for 9 days with that lie before her conscience told her she needed to confess. I give her credit for that.
And you know what? I didn't think anything of it when that first I believed everything she was saying.
Yeah, so did I. She was pretty good actress on it.
Now, because of her, you side eye every parent that does that same thing. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
And the other person I feel sorry for, and I hope she gets a chance to live life, and this might sound horrific, horrible. But just because I suffered from post-traumatic stress, not postpartum, Andrea Yates, because
That's the one that
Oh
sticks out the
yeah,
most to me.
she
that
has
yeah.
a lot of remorse, and it kind of got to her like 10 years later. I guess it smacked her in the face finally. Like,
No,
what happened?
honestly, if you read, I read a really, really, really good book about her a while years ago, and it talked about the amount of medication they had to give that woman to pull her out of her psychosis in
And the
between her
husband would just
pregnancies.
leave her alone. Like, what
She
the
The-
thought she
hell?
was saving those children.
well, here's
She
the
really
thing with
did. She
Andrea.
believed it.
Andrea was
Mhm.
deeply psychotic. I mean, she's got major, major chemical issues in her brain that are there for life. And that son of a bitch kept her
Yep.
pregnant because she was only not psychotic when she was pregnant. And
Yeah.
that's why she had 5 kids. He moved her. This guy was an engineer with NASA, okay? And he bought a school bus and they made it a home and were living in a school bus while she was having all these children. There's that. Then he hooks up with the most weird ass Christian dude that was like far, far crazy, had all these ideas. And he would sit there and tell Andrea day after day after day, your kids are unruly. It's your fault. You're a horrible parent. They're going to go to hell because of you. And you're telling somebody what the psychosis is. She believed that. Absolutely believed. But in
Like,
between
I
pregnancies,
believe the husband should have been an accessory. I'm sorry.
absolutely. No
Like,
doubt.
I always
Breaking
believe that.
news: Ghislaine Maxwell has been arrested. Who's that? Ghislaine.
Jeffrey,
Oh,
Jeffrey Epstein. Hell yes.
yes, the girlfriend, the
Oh,
Hell
girlfriend, the
yes.
girlfriend.
Go ginger locks, baby girl.
Yes.
What did they arrest her for? Tell me not traffic tickets.
Oh God.
It's about
Oh,
time she got
she's,
arrested.
thank God. Yeah.
God, she talk about the keeper of secrets.
Can we get some bamboo shoots and get her to start talking about Jeffrey? Can we do that? Oh, that's not right, but I'm just
I
saying.
just want to know who really killed Jeffrey, because he didn't commit suicide. He
no, he
was
didn't
too much
commit
of a
suicide.
narcissist to
He was
commit
in one of the most
suicide.
secure places ever.
Exactly.
If you want to get
Maybe
really,
he's
really,
One of
out
the
here
guards
to
was
roll
paid
on
off
people.
to like
oh, sure,
do
sure,
something.
I'll tell you what,
absolutely.
Agents did not want him to roll on people.
it's the same thing with that Ariel Castro
You know,
guy.
and I'm telling you this. Both my brothers were prison guards, and they could tell you stories about people that want you to leave
Captain of
accidentally
my
doors
soul,
open, unlocked for other inmates,
Oh yeah.
Captain of my
depending
soul,
on what the crime was.
Well, if you-
Ghislaine Maxwell was the quote unquote girlfriend of Jeffrey Epstein, who was
the
a big
recruiter.
creeper.
Yeah.
Yeah, and she would get the
Recruit.
girls
Yeah.
in,
See, we get
and
him in.
yeah,
Uh,
she's
but,
a
the,
total creeper.
but the
That's
way
the other thing. How are they letting like Prince Andrew just get away with everything?
Conspired with
What?
Epstein to do sexual abuse to minors and is expected to appear in federal court later today. Fuck yeah! Go
Yeah.
ginger locks.
Okay, next one up is Prince Andrews.
Yeah, Prince Andrew was in on all that.
And I have to say, hate to say it, but
Don't
Clinton
say.
Clinton isn't innocent either. I'm sorry.
Okay, so Clinton I can deal with. You know about that. The
Yeah.
creepy thing was Hillary was right there with him.
Yeah.
Well,
Stop you
so
too.
was Bill Cosby's wife.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, she was in the house. She since he left, because that was close to me, literally close to me.
Yeah.
Like, actually, I can go by his house, and it's the most unkept house right now.
Ugh,
I'm pretty sure Camille like up and left as soon as his conviction, because
probably.
nobody's been in that house. It looks
Wow.
awful. She's probably in the vineyards.
Probably.
And nobody's seeing him. Nobody's going to see him at all.
Wow. Well, you know, there's
Temple
so many
University
people.
knew for 20 Temple University knew from I had a mentor. So that's where I went to undergrad and grad school there.
Uh-huh.
And I had a mentor, and she said, and we have dinner on occasion and stuff. And she's like, "Oh my God, we knew not to go to Bill Cosby's house 30 years ago." I was like, "What?" And then it was just by coincidence. My oldest daughter was going there for broadcasting, And he was in their freshman seminar saying to them, quote unquote, it's so creepy now, I will know all of your names by the time you graduate. And then it all imploded like 6 months later. I was like,
Wow.
damn.
Do you know the
I'm
one
like,
person
Taylor,
that really
never
disappointed me
believe
the most out of all the people that were involved with Epstein and like closely involved with Epstein, knew him closely, was freaking Dershowitz.
Oh, yeah.
I
Yeah,
was
yeah,
like, are you kidding me, dude? I have
yeah.
been an admirer, a
Uh-huh.
fangirl for decades. And then here you are on my television screen in this documentary. No. I was like, Alan, dude, you're breaking my soul. What are you doing?
They're
Creepo.
all those Hollywood types. There's a whole lot of pedophilia and sex. It's always been the Hollywood way. It's always been that way.
Well, Kevin Spacey, wasn't he involved with him too, who I loved?
Yeah,
Yes,
Thanks,
but Kevin
Kevin, for
Spacey had his own issues too.
one of the
right.
best actors ever.
I know. Love that. Did you see the movie where he was playing he set up this murder with this woman. They were both like death row activists. They were trying to get rid of the death penalty. Did you ever see that movie with him?
I,
No.
I, I'm,
I'm
I'm,
gonna have to
Oh,
find the
you're
name of
talking
it.
about
it must not have been one of the biggest ones. Sometimes a
It
small,
should have been. It should have
yeah,
been.
sometimes a small movie doesn't get as much credit as it should.
The girl he was working with, they were both um, death row activists, and trying to prove that the death penalty should be done away with. Right? Finds out she gets cancer, and they basically set it up to make it look like a murder, and they have him take the fall for the murder. They set it all up, and then right before he's executed, he's like, "Oh, by the way, there's a film that you need to see," and the cops run out to go get the film, and it shows where she basically it was like assisted suicide,
Yeah.
so he wasn't guilty of murder, and here he was on death row.
Mm.
So it was great. It was a great movie. A little creepy, a little dark, but that's me. What can I tell you?
He
Yeah.
always does good movies. Like American Beauty is one of my favorite movies. The David Chase film. Yeah, he always does good movies.
What are they saying about Prince Harry over there, Carrie? As far as not Harry, shit. Ooh, hush my
Harry,
mouth.
Harry,
Andrew, about Andrew.
Yeah, since the documentary came out, have they said anything more?
Um, I think just this Maxwell chickie. Oh man, I'm so glad. I wish she would sing, but she's not going to say anything.
I
You know
wonder,
she's not.
do you think he'll turn on people?
I don't know, but because now that he's gone, and she would have so many people that would come after her, I'm sure,
So you
if
don't
she
think
did.
he'll turn on
The
people?
only way
That
people I usually turn on others are to get a plea deal. I usually, isn't it?
Yeah. And
but
Get
so
then
a
what if
lesser
she gets out?
sentence or
Either way, it's a death sentence for her because if she doesn't, then if they find her guilty of a whole bunch of stuff that they can keep her in prison for life, whatever, she's going to end up like Epstein. And then
yeah.
if she does cop a plea and she gets out, where is she going to hide? You
I
know
don't know.
that people are
Maybe
going to
they
be
would
out
put
after
her
her.
at well, same thing. Whatever happened to NK? Never seen her again. Maybe they'll do the same thing. Like somebody will take care of her.
God. Ah,
my phone. Mm.
Well, that's
Wow, that's a
really?
good phone
Yeah,
crash.
ain't it crazy?
is that your Google number?
That's a Google phone.
Wow, that's a phone and a half.
I think she is too. But there was a really interesting little clip, Pinky, that I saw the other day about how Harry has always wanted to separate from the royals. He always
Always.
wanted
He was
to do
always
his
the
own
rebel.
thing. Hmm.
Always,
Who
always,
was?
always.
Oh, Harry was. Yeah.
My son looked so much like him. I would get calls regularly when Diana died. Like, you need to get him to Hollywood because he looks just like Harry. If they're going to do shows, your son needs to play Harry. I'm like, y'all need to stop. Leave my kid alone. He's cute. I get it. But yeah, no, he's not going to be a superstar like that because then I'll have to deal with him. And I'm not dealing with that. No. He was a cute little boy, though.
Of course. Look at his mom.
I know,
But
right?
Carrie,
Nobody
but
know why.
yeah, nobody liked Megan, correct, in England? Like she was the outcast.
Oh yes, they don't like her there. I don't know why.
I know.
I like her. I
My
do.
ex mother-in-law, she's from England, and she would watch every, like she went to England for Diane's wedding, I think. Yeah, she did. And she hasn't had one nice thing my kid said to me about Megan.
Hmm.
Mhm.
And she hasn't lived there in, oh God, 50 years.
Ems,
Oh.
are you on the treadmill with my shrimp? What the fuck?
Well, I'm glad
Okay.
about yeah. There's some good news. There's some justice in the world, right?
Yeah. Now I will tell
Sometimes.
you, my favorite has always been William. I,
Yeah.
Oh
I
yeah,
just gotta
I like
say,
him.
and I
I don't
love
know,
his
but
wife.
Megan
She's
was my new.
beautiful.
I like Harry too. I don't know if it's because he's got red hair or not, but I do like him.
I agree, Binky. He should have handled that completely differently. Yeah, I think that was just so rude. And his grandmother loves him so much. And to
Mm.
just say,
But
I'm
we don't
done.
know what was going on behind the scenes either.
True, true.
You
But
Yeah,
know?
so you're
we
so
know what
you're,
the tabloids say.
I'm suspect of Megan, and here's why. That she played a major role in it because we're just gonna go move to Canada and then you end up in LA?
Yeah.
Shady. Come
Oh, is that
on.
where they are now?
Yeah, they're in
Yeah,
LA.
Oh, I didn't
they
know
spent
that.
like
I've got them on
they
Instagram
spent
too.
like 2 months. I think they spent like 2 months in Canada or
Yeah, and then
something.
slipped on down to LA like nobody would notice, right?
Shrimp can't keep up. Get them in shape, lady.
Yeah. And I get
I
that,
get them shrimp on a treadmill.
can't keep up. They're running faster than you. Oh, the shrimp can't keep up. He doesn't have
No.
freaking legs. Well, they do have legs, but they're little.
All
Get a
right,
li-
I gotta go and try unemployment again. This is my second day in a row.
All right, Mary.
Hey,
Thank
honey,
you for coming
prayers
up.
for that.
Come up again.
All right, yeah, I'm home every day now again.
Stay out of the bars, will you?
They're taking us out of they're putting us back in the green zone.
Yeah,
So,
so we're not. You know what? If I went to Marissa's this weekend, we wouldn't been allowed in the bar.
yeah,
So,
they changed the bars are all closed,
but
restaurants just take
we
out
were
now.
not kicked out of any bars. FYI, that was like
Yeah,
Just
there you
saying.
go. She's
We're
your
gonna have to. We're gonna have to go and do a. What is that? Not a review.
reenactment. A
Oh, not a
reenact.
the
yeah, reenactment.
a reenactment,
Well,
but
I
a
think you have
review.
YouTube justice. You can have a trial and see.
We have. Listen, we have our
Hey,
own law firm
Brad.
now.
Hey, Brad. What's
Yeah.
it?
Dory started us a law firm.
I got to get ready to go to work. They just call me in, so I got to take a shower and all that stuff. They've been working the hell
Aw,
on.
I think I miss you.
That's all right because by Thursday I'll be on overtime all the way through Sunday, so it's going to pay well. So I got to get something to eat and get a shower, and they're going to be here in probably 45 minutes. Pick me up.
Cool.
Oh, yeah, they take you to work, right?
Yeah, that's one of the benefits. Yeah, and for the last so many years, they come pick us up. I could
That's
drive.
awesome.
I could drive when I'm at work. I just choose not to.
You know what?
Yeah.
I would love it when I was working if someone would come to my house and pick me up.
They got all
Yeah,
of
Because I
my
don't sleep on the
storylines
way to
together.
work.
Hey, if I call them up, they'll take me to the grocery store too.
That's
Oh,
awesome.
really?
Yeah, I gotta get off here and get ready. I wasn't supposed to go till 2, but they got something I gotta do. So
Okay, love you,
All
Beaver.
right,
Be careful.
Brian.
Have a good day.
Love you,
I'll talk to
Brian.
you guys later. You guys be well.
We
You
will.
too.
All right, bye.
Come on, pup.
Bye.
1, 2, 3, 4. Where's the other one? Why are you?
Oh, you cut out.
What the hell? Come on, Dix. Good puppies. Okay, they're all in.
Oh, you're counting your doggies.
I have to do a head count. I'm afraid I'll leave somebody outside. I'll be like, Mom, what the hell? What's wrong with you? It's hot out here. Yeah, she has done a voiceover for a Disney movie, I think.
Who
Megan.
has?
Mike. Yeah.
Oh,
The
Megan
pr-
has?
the
Wasn't she in
Duchess.
a TV show too? Megan. You're talking
Markle?
about Megan
Yeah, she was in
Markle, like
Suits.
Prince Harry's
Yeah.
wife. Oh, yeah. Yeah, she was. I never saw that show. I didn't know. Was that a Canadian show?
Yes.
I don't know. I don't
Yes, it
know.
were. Yes, it were.
Don't know.
So, what's your most memorable case, Carla Marie?
I think the Jodi Arias case was because I watched it.
Just won't leave your.
I watched, lived, eat, ate, breathe that case. I mean, I couldn't wait up to get up in
Which
the
one?
morning to watch it. Jodi Arias. I watched it from. Well, the first one I ever watched was Casey Anthony, and that was such a bummer when she got found not guilty. I was like so bummed out. And I wasn't going to watch another case ever, ever again. And then Jodi Arias' case come up, and I started watching that, and I was just, you know, I lived, breathed, and watched. I watched everything about it, followed every Facebook group on it, and I was so thankful when she got found guilty, because what she did to him, like how she murdered him, was so horrific.
Yeah.
And what she did to his family, like seeing his family. And I hated the judge in that case. I couldn't stand her, but that's near. But I loved Juan Martinez. I really did. I thought he was good.
I know. But I'll tell you, I think that I watched every second of OJ, I believe.
Oh yeah, that was another one I watched too.
The one that I watched, though, of course, the Andrew Yates, read the book and whatnot.
You ever watched though? Have you ever watched crime shows and watched how people react to certain things, like how they react? Like now everything's televised, so you can see their reaction or their affect on certain things, and you can kind of tell if they're remorseful or not,
right?
And what kind of person they are. Almost.
I'll tell you, another one that stuck out to me was Jeffrey Dahmer. And I watched every second of that too. There were times I had to get up and go get a trash can because I thought I was going to throw up. Just hearing the testimony of the families, the testimony of what he did to those victims, I was like, this is unbelievable.
BTK wasn't I think he pled guilty, but when he went up and started talking about what he had done to his victims,
and it was like just matter of fact, like I took out the
very matter of fact, and like I put the kids in the bathroom while I put the noose around her neck, and just the way he was just like I watched a documentary about his daughter, and she goes, well, all I knew was he was my dad. Which, I mean, it makes sense, but if you guys ever want to watch a good movie, it's called, oh God, I can't remember what it's called now. That was really good. It's a Stephen King movie. But he's a serial killer in it. And he has a normal family life. They go to a wedding, his daughter gets married and stuff. But she finds all these, she goes through he has a place that he goes and like a shed, and she goes and she finds all these driver's licenses of all these murdered women.
I've seen that. Was it Where the Girls Are or something like that?
No, it's not Where the Girls Are. It was I don't know if anybody's seen it, but anyway, she finds it, and she finds out that he is, and she confronts him, and then she starts having nightmares like he's gonna kill her, in her sleep or whatever. It's so good. It's such a good movie. Like, it's not your typical Stephen King movie.
Right.
But I almost think I could be, from watching ID shows and stuff, I almost think I could be a detective now, because I have kind of an instinct.
Well, it does make you realize things that you miss, or
I'm usually right when I have that kind of like instinct about people and things, which is weird, but.
See, every time I come in my kitchen, my phone screws up. I'm like, who was it last night with the microwave? Can you hear me?
It wasn't me. It must have been Eagle. Maybe. I don't know. It wasn't me. You guys were mad at me because I was on mute and I was watching a channel. And you were like, get back in here. Get back in here. Okay.
What the hell are you doing? You're like, I'm playing my game.
Well, I was playing my slot game, because I do play that.
I'm not fixing you cinnamon toast. I'm not a short order cook. You have bowls of food. Go away.
Oh, Son of
Crazy
Sam.
dogs.
Binky
Crazy
Babe
dogs.
says Son of Sam was. I used to get newspapers every day and read about him before he was caught. Wow.
Ooh.
I don't think I ever was right into crime at that time. I don't know.
Was
That
he
was
the one
years
that they got the van carpet fibers? Was that the one? Is that what I'm thinking of?
before. I'm not sure which one.
It's clickbait, masturbator. That's what we do here. We're really good at that.
Where's the tea, or is that just clickbait?
Yeah,
No, I
we're desperate
I
for
actually
views.
spilled tea. You don't want me to spill tea.
No,
You
you
don't
don't.
know. You
I
don't
really
want me
don't
to
want you
spill tea.
to.
No.
Is it today or day off? It's not.
Just
It's a non-tea
good
day.
enough to know if I got the tea. I'm gonna
That's
keep
all
it
you need to
next to me. I better
know.
stop seeing like hate trains about me. That's all. That's what I'm gonna say.
Okay, because
You know
which
what I
one?
mean?
Remind me, Binky, which one it was? Because I'm thinking with the carpet fibers. Eileen Warnos, Jesus, gosh, she was nuts. And Charlize Theron did such a good job playing her. It was creepy. I was like, oh, I couldn't have done that role ever. Not like that. I'm an actress or anything, but
Oh, the
just
Golden
saying.
State Killer. That's the one I was trying to think about the other day. That was found 40 years after his last murder or something. And he was a police. I think he was a police officer. That one.
I don't remember that one either. But why don't I remember Son of Sam? Now I
Golden.
remember who was, huh?
The Golden. I think the Golden Gate Killer they found with DNA evidence. Like
Oh,
right now, the Golden Gate. The Golden Gate. He was a serial killer, and they found him.
yeah,
And
Eileen
it was
Warnos.
recently. I was recently. So yeah.
I watched her in trial, like on a documentary or something, and she was kind of crazy looking, man. Eileen
Who's that?
Warnos. Eileen Warnos.
Oh
She's supposed
yeah.
to be the first female serial
I
killer.
actually, you know what? Here's the thing with her. I felt sorry for her.
I did too.
I
She
did.
had such a shit
I think
life.
because yes, he was a cop. Monkey said yes, he was a cop. Here's the thing with her. I did feel that she was mentally ill. I felt
Mhm.
like she had a raw deal in her life, and um, I felt like if it had been somebody that was better looking or like Jodi Arias or someone like that, they would have gotten away with
Right.
the murder. They wouldn't have
I
had the death
agree.
penalty. But because she looked the way she was, and I don't know, I just felt sorry for. She had a rough life.
Well, see,
Um,
when you look like that down here in the South, we say that that's unfortunate.
yeah,
Oh, darling, you're unfortunate. That's
yeah.
just unfortunate. You have that face like that. Isn't that awful? Southerners are assholes. I should
And
know.
then and it's true though, but people get and my daughter, I'm not trying to brag here, but she's really pretty. You've seen her
She is
picture.
beautiful. She's
She's a very
beautiful.
beautiful girl. And she even says it to me. She goes, Mom, I think if I was like homely or whatever, I don't think I would have got this job. And she's got this awesome job,
Hmm.
really awesome job. I mean, she makes 6 figures a year plus bonuses and stuff. But she said, Mom, it's all in the way you look and the way you present yourself. And it's true. Like I could never do what she's doing. I'd go in there
She.
and they laugh at me. They
Are you kidding me, Binky? They found that was no, that was the Golden State Killer that was found with gin match and ancestry DNA.
I think so. I really think so. I think they found him with that. It was like really, it was it was either DNA or it was that taken from one of their victims and it matched to him. And it was like
Wow.
years and years ago that and he was even a police officer. As I
That's
say,
what kills me is people had the presence of mind to, and I'm sure that they weren't thinking, oh, DNA. Well, eventually they had no idea what it would be, but they saved stuff for that many years to be
Mhm.
able to solve a crime, and it comes out, oh, well, oh, there's this thing called DNA,
And I
which they
think
knew
now,
DNA, but
Monkey Mars says ancestry DNA, and
what?
that's
Monkey,
like,
get up here.
yeah, come up here. You can talk about some crime with us.
Our true crime. It's True Crime Thursday
Yeah,
because we
True
was
Crime
already spilled
Thursday.
tea all over the place, which was
Look
a
up
crime.
the detective Paul Holes. Okay, Charlie girl,
Detective Paul Holes
Paul Holes. They grabbed a
about
tissue from his garbage.
Oh, wow.
Wow. Yeah, and they do, and police will follow suspects around, and they'll wait for them to like either throw a cigarette butt down or take a drink out of a glass and throw it in the garbage. And
Don't
you'll
get
actually
this. They don't care if you're thirsty when you're in jail and you're sitting in that interrogation room. They want your DNA.
general match and ancestry will hopefully help other cases. You're right, Carla. It's about appearances. Yeah, it is. Well, it is. They
Isn't that
took his
crazy?
DNA out of the garbage. Yeah. Well, was he a suspect? He solved the Paul Holes solved the Golden State Killer case.
Oh,
Oh, I'll have to
okay.
look that up. That sounds like
I
interesting,
bet you
actually.
that's interesting. Hmm.
Hmm, it does. It really does. Like, there's been so many, like right nowadays, it's kind of hard to get away with a murder because of that
I
DNA.
know, like they're killing my buzz, man.
Yeah,
You
but
can't even kill anybody
there
anymore.
are some crimes that are solved with good old fashioned detective work, and that's like
Yeah.
that's why I like watching. Oh, what's his name? He's on ID. Uh, God, what's his name? He's in Colorado. Um, you guys know. He's got a show. He's solved like 4,000 murder cases, and
It's
most
not
of his
Walsh.
cases,
Not John Walsh, right? No.
no, he's a detective, or he was a detective. You guys know, you know who I mean. He has his own show, or he had his own show. I think this is the last season for him. Um, Joe
Well,
Kenda,
God.
Kenda.
Yeah,
I
okay.
love him. Most of his cases were solved with good old fashioned detective work. And if
Hmm.
you're smart, here's the thing: you got to pay attention to the little, and that's what a good detective will tell you. You got to pay attention to the little details, and the little
Good morning,
details will
Tawanda.
add up to the big picture. Michelle
I want to read
McNamara's
that.
book, Be Gone.
Yeah, I want to read
I'll Be
that.
Gone in the Dark.
That's Son of Sam, right?
Is that Son of
About
Sam? Kenda. I have
Kenda.
I have a
Hi,
crush on
Kenda.
the one that plays Kenda on that show. He's so cute. The Netflix true crime I cried over was the young boys that were accused of rape and were innocent. Oh, is that the Memphis Three? Is that the ones that were accused when they were teenagers? I'm not sure about that. I
I thought
didn't
they
know
were
much about
guilty.
that case, but I know that
Fabricated a profile with his discarded tissue.
the detective was trying for 20 years. He fabricated a profile with his discarded tissue, narrowed people down to 5.
Wow. I'm
Wow.
gonna have to look at that. I bet that
Yeah,
is
me
amazing.
too. Hey, Twanda.
Good morning, Tawanda.
So nice talking to the old gang yesterday.
Let's see. So the Mitchell McNamara book, I'll Be Gone in the Dark, that's Son of Sam, right?
Nice to see you, Twanda. Are you work? Are you work? Yeah, it was great. It was wonderful. Just wonderful. Wonderful,
And
wonderful,
which
wonderful.
now I'm gonna have to look up the Netflix true crime about the boys.
Right.
Accused of rape and were innocent. I'm trying to remember who that was. There's so much. There's
No.
so much crime. We had in Louisiana. Well, actually, it was Sulphur, Louisiana, next to Lake Charles. It's a little city off to the side, off to the west, where we had this guy, apparently, little druggy dude, whatever, wanted to go to Mardi Gras, but he needed transportation. Ugh, so horrible. And he goes into this home, and they've got a little bit of acreage, a couple of acres, and then the dad of the wife, there was a guy and his wife and their 1-year-old baby living in this house on a couple of acres, and the wife's dad lived next door on a couple of acres. But so there was a little bit of difference. Golden State Killer. Okay. Um, okay, cool. I'm gonna have to look at that. I bet that's good. Um, so he goes into their house, breaks in, and he sits there and watches. I want to say Helter Skelter was on. He sits there and watches their television in their bedroom with them asleep in the bed, gets up, kills the dad, kills the mom, leaves the baby, takes their truck and heads towards New Orleans. I think they stopped him in Baton Rouge. He was picking up friends. They brought him back to Calcasieu Parish. He confessed to killing these people and then hung himself in his jail cell. Which to me, you know what? If there's a lot of things that just really frustrate me in life. That's like one of the top 5. You know, you catch somebody, you get them locked away, you're going to go get justice for the family and closure, which I guess there
Right.
was some of that because he confessed. But then
Mhm.
you kind of are so lackadaisical that you allow them to hang themselves, which is just shitty.
Right.
So it spurred this whole thing. Oh, it was awful. My husband ended up losing his job because of it, only because they changed sheriffs, because it caused a change in our entire law enforcement at that time. Because our wonderful sheriff stepped down. She ran for office against someone else, and this one chick, and she won. But her and her husband were both lawyers, and they were both in much alliance with the father of the woman that was killed that lived next door. And he started this crusade against the sheriff that we worked under. That just, I think it's still there today, to be honest with you, and accusing him of his son being a part of a cult, a satanic cult. This was all a part of a satanic ritual. Now, remember, this guy confessed, right? But he's not around to get any more stories out of. So he allowed him to just go and start this crusade of blaming all kinds of people. Then you've got a shift in the sheriff, which just perpetuated that even more, to where a whole town was kind of at each other's throats over this one incident. And it was really bad. We finally got the sheriff that's there now. He replaced her. She lasted 1 term. I think she was having an affair with a sheriff up in Tennessee. Great. And they got rid of her. But yeah, it was incredible. The stuff that happened around that one case, just to the entire town.
Hmm.
And she's lost her job. Okay, let
Wow.
me see. Okay, The Boys. Central Park 5. Oh, I haven't seen that. The Central Park. I'm gonna have to look for
She
it.
said it's on Netflix, I think. Did you
Yeah,
say it
that's
was
what
on
I'm doing this
Netflix,
afternoon.
Karen?
Yeah, Netflix, Central Park 5.
No. Mhm.
And the book is about the Golden State Killer. Okay, so that book that I'm gonna have to look for is Michelle McNamara about the Golden State Killer. Okay.
Right.
Yeah. Because I love reading them. Ever since I read
Netflix series. There's 4 parts. It's horrific what happened to them.
mm. Well, and the Making a Murderer thing, that was the craziest thing I've ever seen. I'm like, how do people get away with making up so much stuff and putting people behind? It's scary because that could be you.
Mhm.
If somebody decides they don't like you for no reason, they just don't like you. Literally, they did not like them because they were from the wrong side of the tracks.
Mhm.
Because to the town, they were considered scum because they owned a tow and salvage yard. Okay, well, when you need spare parts for your car, who are you going to call? The
Right.
classy dude in the suit uptown? No, I doubt that. It's just amazing that people will just jump on that, decide, oh, well, here's a good scapegoat. Let's just go with this and then start making shit up.
Right.
But hey, and that ain't even YouTube.
Right.
hmm
Hmm.
I love that, but I do. And I want to go back and watch that again. I don't know why I torture myself with that story, but I do. BTK, it has to be
Yeah,
up there.
BTK was like a really bad one.
And
A
the things he did
really
were
bad
bad
one.
enough, but then when you see him testifying in court, and it's just like a
Oh,
day at the
like he didn't give a
office,
shit.
it's like,
That's a psychopath or what do you call it? A sociopath that does shitty things like that and then just has no feelings about it. Don't fucking care who they hurt or what they do. You know what I mean?
yeah,
I mean, he
yeah,
did the most
BTK.
horrific things to those, uh, his victims, and just had no like, oh, it's okay. That's just me.
Mm.
I'm okay. I can do whatever I want, and no one's
Yeah, I
gonna.
waited outside her house for about a half an hour. She was running late, really kind of
Yeah.
pissing me off. So
Well,
once I
that's
got my
kind of like
hands
I
on her,
think who this movie was like, kind of geared about, or was kind of like, it was like BTK. It kind of was like that story. Like that's what it reminded me of, BTK, that movie I was talking about earlier, where he's
Yeah.
married to that woman.
Yeah.
I would love to cover the Jessica Chambers case because I believe Quintron Trellis murdered more than just the two girls. I'm not sure
I,
who's the Jessica.
I don't remember that one. The names are real familiar, and I'm sure I'm
Yeah,
going,
you
oh,
should
yeah.
do that, Tawanda.
Tawanda would be good at true
I've
crime,
only got,
too.
yeah, she would be, because she's like fair and honest. That's what I like about
Wasn't, who was it that was on the dating game that was a killer? Wasn't that Son of Sam?
Oh
Or were
no,
there
no, no! It wasn't Son of Sam. It was Brian would know if he was here. Ankala or Akala or something. He has like a weird name, like Akala or something like that. I don't remember exactly what his name was. It sounded like something like Ankala or something like that. But he was on the dating game, and the girl actually picked him, but she got the creeps from him and never ended up going out with him. And then he
lucky
got,
girl.
yeah.
Set fire in her
Set
car?
fire. Oh my God, that's so awful. That ugly guy.
That ugly guy.
You should see what he looked like in court. Like he had this long gray hair.
Rodney Alcala.
Rodney Alcala. Yeah, I knew it was something like that. Alcala. Yeah,
That's
he was
creepy.
pretty ugly. Very creepy. Very, very, very creepy.
And then the one that, okay, BTK just trips me out completely because of the way he looks and when he's talking about his crimes. But the one, what's his name? And they just did the most recent one of the American Horror Story.
Monkey got a reach branch.
What's his name with the long black hair and he was really creepy rocker looking dude? Y'all know who I'm talking about? And he was a serial killer. What's his name?
No, I don't know. What? Okay, what? Repeat what you just said.
Okay, so he was.
Time. Oh, I think I know which one Tawana was named. Okay, what? What the hell was that?
That's my plate. I'm getting my breakfast. So he was a serial killer, and hold on. He was a serial killer, and he was in California. They nearly caught him several times, and he got away. He had really thick black curly hair, tall guy. The most recent American Horror Story, he was like represented on there, like as a killer, part of the story.
He was a serial killer and what? He was a serial killer and what? He
was portrayed on the most recent American Horror Story as one of the characters.
Okay.
Because it, and God, I can't remember his name. Was it Morales?
Someone's gonna know.
It was a Hispanic last name.
Ramirez.
Yes. He scares the shit out of me.
I think he passed away, didn't he? Did he pass away lately?
Did they kill him?
No, I think he died of natural causes. I do. But he was creepy. And someone said, one of the lawyers or one of them, he said she didn't understand because he was getting thousands of love letters every day.
Oh, yeah.
Saw that guy close up. He was horrible. He had awful looking teeth. He had pock marks on his face.
But creepy.
These women like fall in love with these killers and they just think, oh, they're not going to do this stuff to me. Yeah, okay. Whatever.
I'm eating cinnamon toast. The Night Stalker. That's it. The Night Stalker.
Night Stalker, yeah. Did he do murders with his cousin, or was that someone else that did murders? Remember?
No, it was just him, I believe.
I think it was La Bianca or something like that.
That's the Mansons. Oh no, never mind. Well, the La Biancas were killed by the Manson crew.
No. This was like some guy. I think they killed people. I don't know.
The two brothers
work with somebody. Did he work with his cousin? Because they did some torturing too. Women wanted him so bad. I believe he was married in jail.
Yeah,
that's like the Menendez brothers.
The Menendez brothers.
They both got married in jail.
They were pretty nice looking boys, I must say.
Yeah, they were. Are they in the same prison or
No,
are they in separate
nope.
prisons?
They've always been kept separate.
I don't know why they wouldn't put them in the same prison. I don't know. I just
Hillside Strangler. Maybe that.
the
Yeah, I think
Hillside
that's right.
Stranglers. Yeah, I think though that he worked with his cousin, if I'm remembering that correctly.
I mean, I can
Maybe
understand
not.
people going into business together, but hey, look, I got this business idea. Let's go around killing people. Okay, I'm in. Can you imagine?
I think they did stuff like put like, shoved stuff down their throat like with a funnel. Like, um, I don't know. It's just terrible what they did to those women. I
The
think they
shit that
killed men too.
preoccupies our minds.
I know we're sick. We know all this. I said this one time in my life. I said I know a lot of things about a, a little about a lot of things.
Right,
Uh, just a little bit enough to keep me not stupid about a lot of things that nobody needs to know about. But
right. Well, I've got a bank full of worthless information. Trust me. Although it comes in handy, like if you're trying to save shrimp. Just saying.
if you want to get them in shape, put them on a treadmill. And put them on a treadmill. And was like, I'm about sick of this diet. I wish I could have freaking. She's a size 5 and she's on a diet.
Yeah, whatever.
Jesus Christ. She's a size 5.
If I can give you any sage advice in my old age, don't even worry about it. If your husband loves you, I mean, being healthy, that's one thing. But I even question the healthy thing. A fireman, they thought it was just a car fire.
Backwoods,
Back,
Mississippi, Panola County.
I'm gonna have to look at that one too.
Well, she's going to do a thing on it, so we're going to watch hers, right?
Fred and Rose West and Myra Henley
Oh,
and
that's in the
Ira.
UK. They were horrible. They were horrible. That was a husband-wife serial killer. They actually tore their house down and made a park out of it. Hi,
Wow,
Pepper.
I'm gonna have to
Good
check those out.
morning. Good morning. Thank you for coming in and listening. I appreciate it. I really
Hi,
do.
Pepper.
Hi, Peppa. Every time I see the name Pepper, I think of my granddaughter watches this Peppa Pig. She's in love
Yeah.
with Peppa Pig.
So
And
tell
people,
me, Carrie, tell me about those two cases because I'm not familiar. Come
ooh,
up here, Carrie.
yes, Carrie, come on up here for a minute. You don't have to cam up. Just come up. Carla, I'm the heaviest I've ever been in my whole life, including pregnancy. It came on quick. Had to do something. Oh, good Lord. You're size 5. Please give me a break. She's a size 5. And she's got a size 5 foot or 6 foot, or I don't know. She's got really tiny feet. She's
Is
a
that the
little
one
bitty
where he
thing.
abducted all those girls and had them in the basement? The
Fred
Fred and
and Rose
Rose?
West, yes, they even murdered their own daughter because I think she was starting to suspect
I think I
things,
remember
and they
that.
were afraid that she would turn them in, so they even murdered their own daughter. Um, yeah, they
Wow.
were pretty evil. And someone said, "Well, she wouldn't have been a murderer had she not been." No, bullshit. Mm-mm. If you're willing to go along with this, a murder, that's enough. If enough people are interested, I will. I'm friends with Jessica's mom. Oh, Wanda, that's interesting.
I would
I
be
would
very
only do
interested.
it if I had her blessings. Oh, if you could ask her, I would love to follow that, know about that case.
Me too.
Yeah, talk to her mother and see if it's all right. Like Brian was saying the other day about the Jodi Arias case, the family has asked people to just move on because she's in jail forever. Her appeal just was denied, so she's not ever going anywhere. But that was one case I really followed closely. So I wouldn't I wouldn't even, but I could tell you almost word for word what went on in that court. I followed it that closely. Hey, Dova, how are you? Twando's channel. Thank you, Samara. I appreciate that. And anybody else that wants their channel promoted, please feel free to put your link in here. You have a wrench, or if someone has a wrench in here that doesn't have a wrench in here and wants their channel promoted, and misdemeanors on mute. So I'm
eating my breakfast. Listen, don't I get a break to
no.
eat? Y'all see? You see how I'm treated?
Yes, I'm so mean to her.
I'm
So
calling
mean to her.
Dova's law firm and I'm pressing suit or
Oh,
whatever.
listen, she says I treat her mean. We're on the phone. If I don't talk for like 5 minutes, she goes, which live are you watching? Come on, get out of there. Get out of there right now.
Oh,
Get
you should
out.
have heard Eagle last night. Is she in that damn chat? I'm not
I
going to get her.
Brian
I'm
was
leaving her in there.
No, Brian was in there. She goes, I am not going on a panel tonight. I'm not. I said, don't worry. One of these days you'll have to, and that'll be it. It'll
I'm
be the
usually
end
the
of
one in
it.
the corner saying, that is so not ghosting. That is so not ghosting. We've talked about this. That is not
Well,
ghosting.
when you find out certain things, you want to scream it from the rooftop.
Don't you do it.
I won't.
See.
I won't. I will never.
You have to. Okay, so
Yes, you have to
see, I'm
fight.
having to the past few days, I've literally kept a little pad by my bedside and I've written down stuff that people are suggesting so that I can
Yeah,
you don't know how long COVID's going to last.
that's true. And see, we're going back into the green zone. We were
Right.
into the yellow. Now we're back in the green. So we're not going to, all the restaurants are closed. All the bars are closed. So if I want anything to drink, I have to go to the grocery store and get a freaking bottle of wine to drink.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, so this is my entertainment.
Exactly.
And I'm not going to be a punching bag. Here's the thing. I'm not going to be a punching bag anymore. So for anybody.
You don't let me eat the cinnamon toast, I'm going to punch you.
I know what I know. And did you just hear that? Please tell me you just heard that.
Somebody clip it. That was a threat.
No, I just heard footsteps again. God damn it.
Am I going to have to go upstairs again?
Maybe.
And chew some things out?
I don't know what anybody says. It's just like, and it's not all the time. It's every
Well, after last night, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Shit was answering me.
What was weird, I wasn't even in the room. And they kept saying, did you hear that? I'm like, what? And my husband's there. My husband didn't hear anything except for you guys gabbing.
It's even caught on tape. I said, don't leave us here. They're going to kill us. And you left us. Left us. Thanks.
Because
they're talking to me via the phone.
First of all, I thought you were bullshitting. And second of all, I had heartburn really freaking bad.
Do I come across as someone who would ever bullshit?
Listen, my door was open. My husband heard nothing. I went downstairs, asked him if I don't know if you heard me. I asked him if he wanted something to eat. He heard nothing. I heard nothing until you played, or she sent it in my email. And I have to admit it, I was creeped out, very creeped out. And she's like a fool. She's like talking to it, laughing. I was like,
I told him to go to bed.
So she's laughing. Yeah, she's telling him to go to bed. She goes, I just heard footsteps. I'm like, get the f out of here. So then
I said, all right, y'all. I said,
I've got this tape. So she sends it to me in an email and I start listening to it. And I'm like, holy shit. What is this? But misdemeanor the whole time, she's laughing. And I'm thinking, they're just trying to make me scared.
No.
Promise me on your honor that you didn't just put something up there and just want to scare me. I don't know.
Carla Marie, are you kidding me? First of all, Pixie will tell you I'm the most boring person on YouTube. And Facebook as well. Okay, there's that. Then technology, I can barely tie my own fucking shoes. Really?
Well, the thing is, when she sent it to me, I listened to the first one. I'm like, well, kind of just sounded like static to me. but the
until
second one was the one that creeped me out. Really
yep,
creeped me out because it was
I
like
haven't
really loud.
listened to it again yet this morning, but I'm
Oh
definitely
my
going
God.
to.
Did you get it? Did you get it in an
Yeah,
email?
she sent it. She sent me the
Oh,
email,
okay. Yeah.
and I listened to
Few
it
of us
through
got
your
it. Yeah.
speakers. But I'm not even. I told, and Eagle will tell you. I said it's like freaking Grand Central Station. Do you hear these people talking? And she's like, yeah, and it wasn't just one voice. It was several. Some of them had like that creepy spectral echo shit going on. There was like one younger kid that probably is
But
Peter, the one that's always
oh,
downstairs.
she did ask. She did ask how many were in there, and I think it said 5. And then I heard not through my computer, but I said 5. After
Hmm.
she had said 5, I heard it in my like if someone whispered in my ear, 5.
Hmm.
Swear to God,
5.
on my honor,
Hmm.
I heard 5.
Yep.
I can't really make out the words. Like I think I made out one word, and I think that was Peter. That's the only word I made out. The
I
other
think
things just sound
Brian heard
garbled.
like a get me out or get me
Yeah,
out of here
he
or
heard that,
something.
but I didn't hear it. I did not hear that.
What there was 2 of y'all, maybe 3 that said they heard Peter or I'm Peter.
I definitely heard that. I thought I heard that. So
I thought I heard the name Ginger, probably mistaken. I don't know.
I
And then I
didn't hear
heard
that.
5.
I didn't hear that.
2.
I heard 5, but it wasn't on the computer. It was in my ear until I played it back, until you played it back, and then I played. And then I did hear footsteps. I did like hear
Yeah.
footsteps when you banished it.
I told him to go to
You
bed.
banished it.
Yep.
Um,
Well, I told him, I was like, Carla has to get some sleep. You cannot talk to her. We'll talk to her in the morning. Go to bed. And it quieted down for a minute. And then it picked back up. And I said, do
oh
not make
Lord.
me invoke the name of Jesus. Now go to bed. And they went. They quit.
I have to send you a message
Who,
in
me?
here. Yeah, you got to read this. It's
Uh-oh.
unbelievable.
Uh-oh. What did I do now?
No, nothing.
There's a first.
No way in hell. Um, Weight gain is a great sign for me, so I'm not complaining too much, but I also don't want it to get out of hand, right? What do you think of that?
Wonder what that's all about.
Yeah, I wonder all of a sudden.
Hmm.
Wonder who they're in touch with.
Hmm.
Someone sounds like they're like, I'll tell you what I think it is about.
Crazy shit.
Yep.
Very interesting.
Yes, very, isn't it?
I'm just wondering what my level of curiosity is at this point. Hmm. And my recording
That's what I
ability.
think. That's what I think it's about. That's what I honestly think it's about. And will definitely not allow myself to go down that rabbit hole again.
Not without a tape recorder.
Nope, not without a tape recorder.
And there's your daily tea. That's all you
Yeah,
get.
that's my tea. And I had no idea it was going to come in today, but I'll tell you
Wow.
what, they better stop.
Well,
Better stop. Say what?
wow.
Oh, we got to redact some things. Because, first of all, I was talking the whole time because I heard nothing. So there's things in there that probably, you know, we weren't we weren't shit talking, were we? We weren't. I don't think.
No,
No,
no.
just talking about interesting things that
But
we
there's
found
like,
out.
names and
Yeah. Yeah.
ours,
Probably.
stuff like that. Not that
Yeah.
y'all all don't know mine.
Yeah.
Wonder
Thank
how
you very
that happened.
much. Oh, that was an interesting message. Wow. That's funny. I got that today. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, on that rabbit hole once. It ain't happening again. It just isn't.
You're so funny. You're cracking me up.
Um, I'm going to make sure if I do that it's.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, so anyway, tell me who is, wait.
He grew up here in my city, very religious family. That is so
That was,
crazy.
is it Lyman? What is it? I've read
Who?
Lyman
Lyman
on
case?
here.
Robert Lyman case. I don't know what that is.
I don't either.
Oh. I'm going to turn my camera off because it's.
In my city, very religious family.
I drink 4 cups of coffee. I honestly can't sit in this chair for 3 hours and not go pee. And I'm not taking you all with me. So you're going to have to read the chat. Sorry.
So he'll eventually.
Sorry, not
out of prison.
sorry. Did you all know that that's trending on YouTube? Sorry, not sorry.
Crazy.
Oh,
So what happened, Dove? I don't know that story. Let's see. I see 21 years. Okay, wait. I'm going back and looking. Sorry. She doesn't let me eat, so my blood sugar's low now, and I'm kidding. 350 at Dick's yesterday. My son manages a Dick's in Lake Charles. Oh, did I just say that? You know what's funny? I think it's so cute. What stones is that like? Is it like 10 pounds of weight per stone? Is that how that works or no? Because I watch a lot of British European stuff, documentaries, and they'll say stones. Of course, I can't do metric system whatsoever freaking ever, and I barely do traditional math here. But then they throw in stones. I'm like, what? Let's see. A swinger couple. Oh, wait. Nope, that's not the one I'm thinking of. I'm gonna have to look at that one. I wonder in
I
the
need to leave
car.
somebody a message. Someone.
So this case that Doug was talking about, the swingers, she ended up having an affair with a younger fireman. Eventually, boyfriend killed her and killed her husband. Wait, I do think I saw that. Robert and Sabrina had the perfect relationship according to everyone. Were they military? Because I know that there was one story about a military couple that were kind of.
I'm just sending a message.
Yeah, don't be secretive. Stop that. Terry said, stop. Don't be that way. 3 murders that I would love to talk about one day. Hitman going to the wrong house. Oh my God. Oh. Yes, Dova, come up. Give Dova a link. Please.
Hang on. I'm sending a message out to somebody. There's going to be some.
You better send that link for us. Thank you.
I am sending it.
Well, don't read out loud while you do it.
I'm not.
Come on, Dova, come talk to me. We'll ignore Carla together. It'll be great. Fun to be had by all. Look at the man I told you about. Oh my God, I probably haven't yet. I wrote it down. I know it's on my little pad. I haven't done it yet, baby, but I'm going to. I promise.
There's Dova. Hey, Dova.
Good morning, ladies.
Good morning, sweetie.
Morning.
Okay, talk to me, girlfriend.
Okay. So, I have a good friend. We've been friends, gosh, now. My child, let's see, about 15 years now. Well, they would always go to where Sabrina and Robert lived. They lived out it's called Silver Lakes.
Okay.
and it's a very close, tight knit community. Can you
Mhm.
guys hear me okay?
Yes,
Yes.
ma'am.
Okay, okay. I might get kicked off. It's about time for my mom or husband to call. So anyhow,
Mhm.
so they always, he worked hard. They were the perfect supposedly couple. Like he was real loving, she was real loving. They didn't fight. They had the perfect kids. They had the perfect dog. They had the perfect hair, everything.
Right.
And she got a job at Costco doing the food demonstrations, the demo.
Right.
And well, supposedly, I guess this younger fireman would come in and do the purchases, their food and so forth for their firehouse. Well, she got to talking to, and his name is Jonathan,
Okay.
and he's from here where I live in this city.
Mhm.
And they got to talking, started, next thing you know, went their local hangouts. Well, Sabrina and Robert's best friend couple, he was a fireman.
Okay.
And they would have their hangouts and they would see this Jonathan was there. And Sabrina said, "Oh, do you know Jonathan?" And everyone's like, "Oh, okay, just thought maybe he was there and she knew him, introduced, blah, blah, blah." Well, a
Mhm.
couple more go by. Here's Jonathan. And I can't remember the best friends. It's Kelly and something else, Bernatine, but I
Okay.
can't remember her husband's name, first name. And he's like, "Why is Jonathan always here? That's weird." Well, he worked with them or had
Uh-oh.
worked with him.
Mhm.
So he's like, "What?" He's not thinking anything. Okay. So time goes by. They get the call one day that Jonathan had been shot at, because he worked for the railroad, at one of their, it's a pretty disclosed area. Um, it's out in Tehachapi, California. Well, he
Okay.
was shot and killed in the shop. And he
Wow.
wasn't supposed to go to work that day. It was an off day, but he picked up a shift for a friend. And
Wow.
everyone's like, "Oh my gosh, it must have been a robbery gone bad, blah, blah, blah." Well, there was cameras set up. So my really good friend, her aunt and husband were also best friends with them. They live out where they live. And the aunt was saying that they still continue to do their walks in the morning like normal together, as
Right.
friends, uh, if I'm making sense. And just she's
You
like,
do.
"Well, I need to get my eyelashes done. Yeah, I need to get my hair done." And the aunt didn't quite pick up on it, but she was thinking, wow, I guess everybody grieves differently. If that's what
Wow.
you're worried about and your husband was just murdered, okay.
Right.
Yeah, yeah. And
And all of a
I
sudden you
would have
become
been,
high maintenance
yeah,
overnight.
yeah. I would have been like, whoa, this is something's off. But anyhow,
Right.
that's just me. I'm very skeptical. And so
Right.
then I question everything. It's just
Right.
me. And so then they noticed a motorcycle kept going over there. Well, her mom was there, and here comes Jonathan on his motorcycle, bringing flowers, cooking dinner for the kids. And the mom, I guess, said, "Well, what is he doing here?" "Oh, well, he's just consoling me. He's
Hmm.
consoling me." Well, come to find out, the boyfriend, Jonathan, murdered him. It took a little bit of time. Come to find, yeah, they were having an affair. And
Wow.
which doesn't make sense because if you're going to be swingers, I guess she stepped outside of that, doing her own thing, having an affair.
Right.
And in between all that, sorry, I don't want to take up your guys' time, but
No, no, no. You're great. Go.
okay.
Mm-hmm.
In between all of that, um, the husband had found out that they were having an affair. And
And probably threatened them.
Sabrina had said, "Well, I'll break it off. We won't do that anymore." And I'm sorry, I'm done. But that wasn't the case. And they would write, it was weird because they would write Bible verses to each other. Like they got all her texts. She had a burner phone and everything for him. And they would write,
Wow.
Bible verses and pray. And meanwhile,
Wow.
plotting to kill her husband. They tried the first time. She got, I guess, is it the cyanide? Whatever
Yeah.
you can put in food and cover it up.
They think you can do cyanide, arsenic.
Arsenic, I
Um,
believe it was. I believe it
okay.
was the arsenic.
Wow.
So yeah. So they then, I'm not watching chat. I don't know if anyone's asking anything, but um,
Oh.
so they, he tried it. He tried it on the neighbor's dog and killed the dog. And yeah, and so she made his favorite banana pudding one day and sent it to work as, a way to kill him naturally. And um,
But
she
God, did he
ended up,
share any of that with them?
well, she ended up calling him and backing out of it and said, hey, don't, I think the bananas were bad. Don't eat it. And he said, okay, honey, I won't eat it.
Oh my
And he
God.
didn't eat it. Yeah. Yeah.
That
Crazy,
is
huh?
nuts. So did
Yep.
they kill him? They poisoned him to kill him, or
Nope. He shot him. He went there to Tehachapi on his on his motorcycle and
and shot
snuck
him?
in. Yeah. Crazy, huh?
What was even crazier is, okay, so like you've got the swinger lifestyle, which traditional Christian, it's
Yeah.
kind of not the thing, right? So then you're gonna like
Exactly.
find this boyfriend, have an affair, write Bible scriptures because clearly you're troubled over your present life.
Yeah.
Then you kill your husband to go
Yeah.
and be with, okay, weird. It's like,
Yeah.
could y'all not have let the whole Christianity thing out of the picture because you're making the rest of us look crazy? It's like,
Yeah.
well, that's
Exactly. Oh,
nuts.
I just see in the chat. Yeah. Samara said Jonathan. Yep. Jonathan was younger than her. But I wanted to get my friend up because I met Sabrina at my friend's house. She had a birthday party. And I remember thinking, gosh, this girl's really pretty. She seems so fun. She came with
Uh-huh.
my friend's aunt, which was
Uh-huh.
one of her best friends. And I thought, oh, okay, but they had to leave and get back to to their own uh, little city. So they
Uh-huh.
just stayed a little while. And I was like, gosh, she's really pretty. Never would have thought Never
And
would
that
have
was
thought she would have
her?
been capable. It was Sabrina. Yeah, I'd met Sabrina. Uh-huh.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
And that was before she killed him or
Yep.
after?
Yeah, no, before.
That's
Sorry,
creepy.
I'm making sense. Yeah. And they said they never fought and they had the most perfect relationship. Um,
Mm,
everything. So, but I wanted to bring my friend on to talk about it, but I can't get our schedules in sync. But I told her I didn't want to talk about her aunt's part because we don't have her permission.
right.
I don't know, but from my friend's point of view, because she used to go out there too and hang out and spend the night,
Uh-huh.
and they would party with them, and they all would go to the river and do their swinging things, and
Hmm.
to each their
Hmm.
own. I don't care what people do. That's
Exactly.
yeah, doesn't affect me, so I'm good.
Exactly. I mean, I can see points of view of what the philosophy is behind that. And the just the philosophy of monogamy on its own. And then in relation to
Hmm.
like animal prides where you've got one male with a gazillion females, or they'll move to a different pride or whatever. I get that.
Yeah,
And I can't judge it because it's, to me, I hear what they're saying. I mean,
yeah.
some of it makes sense to me. I can't do it.
Hmm.
I'm the most
Right.
jealous person on the planet.
Same here.
If you even
Are you a
breathe too hard on my
Scorpio?
husband. No, my husband is
Okay.
so he's very territorial and very
Yep.
he's not obnoxious about it at all. He's very, kind and considerate to other males. But if they get a little bit too close, he'll reach over, get my hand and pull me over and say, no, no, that's not gonna happen. I'm a Virgo, so it's
Okay.
gotta be perfectly boxed, and organized.
Yeah.
And nobody needs to come in and mess with that or I'll kill them. Just saying. Another female, it's like, you gotta go.
Yep.
You know.
I'm not
Fortunately,
okay
we
with
haven't had to deal with that much though in our marriage. Now, my ex marriage, huh? Nothing was safe around that man.
it.
Mm-mm. And he was one of those that that he was a serial cheater who was constantly cheating. So he would keep me on the phone 24/7 to make sure I wasn't doing it. I'm like, you don't seem to understand. I don't have time to talk to you on the phone. And oh, by the way, I'm not the cheater. I'm taking care of children and a household and going to
Yeah.
school and doing all these things.
Holding it down, huh?
So you go sleep with whoever you're going to because I'm over here working on going to college to get the hell away from you. And
Yeah.
cheat with whoever you want to. Go away. Don't want you. And quit
Yeah.
calling me.
That's
Yeah. That,
hurtful too. That's
oh, yeah.
really, really, really hurtful. That, just it
Hmm.
breaks your trust. And then
And a
that's just,
huge narcissist. Oh my God. Hearing about it online, it's kind of frustrating because I'm like, y'all, you just don't understand the
yeah.
gaslighting that I went through. And I had to explain to my husband now, he's like, I don't get it. I'm not your ex-husband after,
Yeah.
15 years almost we've been together. I'm like, it's not that. It's when you tell me, no, I didn't say that. And I know that you did. I
Yeah.
am so dogged on that because I've been gaslit so much that when I
Mhm.
know something, I know it. And
Yeah.
I'll never forget it. So don't even try to tell me it didn't happen. I know it did, or it didn't, or whatever.
Right.
He's like,
And
because you're weird
unfortunately,
with
you've
that.
had to experience that.
Hmm.
But yeah, to give you this knowledge of it. Yeah.
Yeah. But the cheater
So
people, oh, that was those two. And
that
so she
group,
used Jonathan to get rid of her husband. Did
she
she get
did.
put in jail too, or just him?
Oh yeah, she got life. She had
Good.
a really bad her attorney was not very good. He even put her up on the stand. If you get some time and feel like going down that rabbit hole and checking it out,
Oh, I will now.
yeah, if you
Trust
feel
me.
up to it.
I
But I
love rabbit holes.
Yeah, she
me
does. She loves.
too.
Yeah, I push her down the rabbit hole every day.
She does. She's
If
like,
you
I'm
want a
tired of
new
talking to
rabbit
you.
hole.
Hey, look, I'm so down far down that rabbit hole. It's not even funny. I'm sick of
You
it.
can't
Like,
see the
well,
light to get
you know
out.
what? What's funny is everything. Everything that I'm going through right now is going to turn around one day, and it's things are going to come out that will show different
Yeah,
side of it.
Yeah.
So,
yeah,
and I don't even have to defend myself anymore. I just have to sit back and wait.
right.
You
That's a
know.
good idea. That's a good. It just
Well,
seems
it's no good. You can't defend yourself. The people that don't believe you aren't going to believe you.
right.
If you know the truth and you know what's going on, you don't have to defend yourself. People will come back and they'll make their own decisions. So,
Right. And it just seems every day it's a new situation with somebody that's either falsely
well, with me, it
created.
is, but I'm
Yeah.
getting a little tired of it. And I have a
Yeah.
lot of information that I know that I haven't put out. And,
Right.
That would be so. I can't imagine meeting that chick though. That just
Oh,
kind of gave me
yeah.
chills down my back.
Yeah. It's
Hello.
she was a horrible on the stand. Who was? Oh, she was horrible on the stand, Samara
uh-huh.
says.
Yeah. Yeah. She
Was
and she has
she?
like an oddly long, really long face.
Uh-huh.
It's a different type of face, kind of a manly, a more masculine type face.
Hmm.
But her hair, she had her hair done up and her makeup real good, and so it made her look pretty. But her personality is what drew everybody to her.
Was she like flat, or oh no, she was like outgoing? Or not
Uh-huh. Yep.
okay.
Yep. Very
That's
tall, very,
crazy.
blonde, blue, I think, or brown eyes, whatever. Just her personality and her disposition is what drew you to her.
Oh,
Yeah, it's a
that's
trip.
creepy.
Yeah, I need to ask my friend to go to come up. Maybe I could set it up. Just
That would be
interesting. We can
cool.
pick her
Yeah.
brain. Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh,
Anytime.
I would love that.
me too.
And they were pretty. They spent a lot of time together, though. Like you said,
Yep.
rafting and on the river or whatever.
Yeah. Oh
That
yeah,
would
they
be
did
nuts.
vacationing together, the family. The
I
family.
can't.
And then go ahead.
I'm trying to think if I've ever like been around people that really like committed any kind of crime, and like,
Same.
and I can't. I can't. But to be friends with somebody that you'd never think they would do that, and
Yeah.
yet there they
Well,
are.
there's another case too. The McStay family.
Oh, I remember that. When they
Yeah.
thought the whole family went missing, they found their bones, didn't they?
Yeah, up here in the desert.
And
Hush.
wasn't it his partner or
Yep.
somebody he worked with that got charged with
Business.
the murder? He murdered the whole family.
Yeah.
There was
Oh
two
my! Where
kids.
they just disappeared.
Yep.
They just disappeared. And people
I
thought they
remember
had seen
that.
them going to Mexico or whatever, walking
Yeah.
across the border to Mexico. I
Yes.
remember that case so well. Yeah, it
Well,
was so sad.
they
Hey,
the
Kimberly. Sorry.
the guy that murdered the Charles Merritt Chase,
Mhm.
he frequented our bars around here where I live and
Oh,
Oh
hung out
really?
wow.
with our friends. And
Wow.
he was telling them he's about to get into the weed business. He was
Yeah.
getting some money and he was going to start up a weed business.
Oh,
But they were in business doing fountains. Him and
Oh
right.
wow.
yeah, the fountain
Kilda.
business.
I wonder if he was tied into their insurance anyway, or his partner's insurance.
I
Because I
think
think,
they were partners, and I think
yeah,
he inherited he got whatever the other half of the business
since the
when,
wife and everybody else was gone too, right? So you'd make him the backup?
Yeah, well, he stole like I believe it was 10 grand from them. Wrote his
oh
own
yeah,
check.
that's right. That's right.
Hmm.
Wow.
Yeah,
That was an interesting case. And they
yeah.
didn't find them for how long did it was a long time before they
I
found them, and all they
I think
found were
3 or
bones.
4 years, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, about something like that. A motorcycle rider found him up here
Oh,
out in our
wow.
valley. Mm-hmm. The
That's
And
freaking
they even
crazy.
had camera was still there, and there was pictures on their last um, pictures on it. I think.
How long? Because were they skeleton by the time they found? I mean, how
Yeah,
long were
they
they
were
gone? Because I
Yeah,
don't remember
yeah,
them
a couple
being
of
gone a
years.
while.
yeah.
Couple
It was a
years.
shallow grave. All 4 of them, the mom, the dad, and the 2 little boys.
Yeah.
Oh,
But when I had mentioned it to a friend, I said, "Hey, um, do you remember Charles or Chase Merritt?" And he had to think about it. He's like, "Wait." He's like, "Did he have a little dog up there?" I don't know. I didn't hang out there with you guys. He's like, "He had a little dog. If it's the same one." I said, "Yeah,
oh,
he
wow.
killed that family." He's like, "What?" He had no idea. So I guess the detectives didn't come up here and question anybody because
Wow.
they would have been able. He was actually dating even a bartender that, one of our little local bars.
Uh-huh.
Crazy.
That's nuts. I'm so
Yeah,
glad I don't have to date or anything anymore.
I know.
Because it's scary. I mean, I feel sorry for single people across the
Me
board.
too. I do too. It's scary.
Because your main way of meeting people now is on the internet, which is terrifying enough. And you'd think you'd be able to find out stuff about them. And in those
Yeah.
cases, it's like hard to find. They
Yes.
know how to disguise their stuff so well. And then you meet them, and then, oh, hi, I'm a serial killer. Oh,
Yeah.
good to know.
Yeah. You
Good
have
to know.
no idea. And it doesn't show up in their credit. It doesn't show up in
No,
their driver's license, you know?
most of them don't have a criminal history that's,
Yeah.
significant enough to point anything out.
Because they haven't been caught.
Yep.
Samara, I could actually go get some pictures of where some local guy made them some really cool crosses for a memorial site, but I could head out there and get some pictures of the area.
Is there
Chase
a memorial
Merritt.
plot up? Yeah, there would be a memorial. They always have memorial sites where
Yeah, where
where
they were found.
murdered.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they. Yeah, I guess
I think
people go
there's
out.
even one for the Casey Anthony house where her daughter was found, where her skeleton was found. I think they have a memorial there too.
Okay.
Kimberly, I have had migraines since Friday. Sunday was the worst, and I've not had them for years. Like, and all of a sudden now I'm getting them, and I don't know what's up with that. Like almost every day. It's crazy. I think
Oh.
it's allergy related. It's not hormones. I don't have any of those anymore. I sold
Oh,
them on
Oh my
eBay.
God, this morning I must have sneezed about 100 times. I was
I
like,
thought you meant your grandkids. Your
that's what
grand.
I thought too when she
Yeah, I was
first
like,
said
wait,
it.
what?
I'm
Wait,
like, what?
wait.
What did I do?
Crayons.
What?
I thought you said my grands, like my grandkids. I'm like, they make
Oh.
you sneeze?
Are you allergic to them?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, Debbie, you need to get those pictures. You need to cover that. That
Yeah,
would
I
be
was thinking
cool.
about it. Even though it's already solved and all that. And he ran that case through the ringer. He tried to represent himself. He
Oh
just,
my God.
oh yeah, oh yeah, just let it. It was drawn out for so long. He's finally charged. I believe he got the death penalty. This year or last year, he was finally charged.
Wow.
Bastard. Yep.
I like it when they try to represent themselves. I think that's cute. I just start giggling right away and go, oh, this should be good. Because your ego
Follow
is
this
enormous.
channel called Explore with Us, and they do these series on cold cases that have been solved. I love watching that.
Me
Like
too.
old cases from years and years ago and how they solved it. I love watching those things.
I think that's what many of us too, we forget, because it's gone to drama, that a lot
Yeah.
of us have that in common. I believe that that's what's brought a lot of us together on here is actually true crime. I could be
Yeah.
wrong.
I think you're right. and just a natural kid. But see, when it runs amok and you add drama to it, it
Yeah.
starts into this whole digging into everybody's life crap. It's like, listen,
Yeah.
junior detective, get your ass out of my life, please, thank you, and let's just talk about crime, shall we?
Yeah. I think too. Yeah. That's
Kimberly,
where we're
she's doing
going.
much better. They're thinking that they may release her today. She sounded like she felt a lot better. So, but just keep praying for her.
Who? What?
Ginger Locks,
Misdemeanor?
Ginger Locks was in the hospital
Oh
last
no, I
night.
didn't know that.
Yep, pain. She had really bad rib pain.
Oh no.
Yeah, so they put
All
her in,
that
gave her.
partying it up.
That's what we said. That's one hell of a delayed hangover. What? So we were going
Yeah.
to start the
Explore
rumor
with
that.
us. Oh, I'm talking to Samara. Sorry.
Okay.
I'm going to give Samara the link to that channel.
Okay. Yeah, so we were all going to start the
Continue.
room. Mario was up here, and we were all, and Ginger Locks from the hospital, and we were laughing about, yeah, this is all Molly's fault. We'll start that rumor. She parties harder than anyone because you have a hangover up into a week later, and may or may not be hospitalized. Just saying.
Darn it, Ginger Locks mom, we can't take you anywhere, girl.
Oh my
Right?
God. She was hilarious.
It was
Oh,
awesome. I was like,
man.
Mary, I said, Mary, you were like a little inebriated, but you were like laser focused on that chat with your phone. I said, I wonder how many people you like blocked.
She was
That was
seriously
funny.
modding.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Chelsea, yep, you were like seriously drunk with a wrench. That's what we're gonna call her. Drunk with a
Yeah.
wrench.
Drunk with a wrench. That's a good one.
She was drunk. She was wrenching while drunk. Hmm. There should be a law, ma'am. You're gonna have to put your phone down. We're gonna have to do a little sobriety test here. You can't wrench while you're drinking.
No drinking. No drinking and wrenching. No drinking and wrenching.
So
Mama's got to stop it.
Oh gosh. Well, I'm gonna jump off. I'll let you guys know if I can get my friend up. Just be kind of interesting.
Okay. Yeah, that will be.
But thank you for having me up, and you have a good day,
Oh,
ladies.
yeah, you
I think
too.
Miss
I think I'm going to
all
close
over.
down pretty soon. It's been a long 3 hours. I got a good night's sleep though last night, which was good.
Good.
Yeah.
That's good.
So,
Yeah, very good.
oh, here comes misdemeanor.
I'm allowed one of those per live.
You jumped
That was my
out.
Oh
one.
yeah, that was one. You usually hop off a couple times.
27. It's like, fuck, you should hear me
It's
when
like,
I do it.
Boop, she's gone. And then she'll message me on Facebook and she'll say, my mother called me.
Yeah.
My
It's usually
sister's
mom.
here.
Or
That's me. I get the mom call, so I it's hard to get on a panel because it's coming from my hubs or my mom. So
I do that, or I do the Tracy thing where I hit the wrong button. So then I try to restrict my
And
button
she
use
can't
for
get
the.
back on. That's funny. Yeah, that's hilarious.
But I'm
I
gonna
try to.
jump down. Thank you, Carla. Thank you, Misdemeanor.
Okay,
Thank you,
you're
Deborah. That was
welcome.
awesome.
Thank you for
Yeah,
coming
thank
up.
you.
Yeah,
Thanks for
enjoyed
having
having
me.
you.
I'll see
Enjoyed
you guys
having
in
you.
chat before you end your live. Have
All
a good
right.
day.
You too.
Okay, Ed.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
I think I'm going to end. I think I'm going to end.
Do we get off early today? Kind of.
I think
Not really early.
Yeah, only 3.5 hours.
You're just trying
Yeah.
to avoid giving me a pay raise or paying me overtime. I know what you're up to.
I told you what to do to get that. You better do it. I told you what to do. Well, you can't get a pay raise if you don't do what I told you to do.
I know, right? But I have to wear clothes in public,
She's
Carla.
like
I
so
have
stubborn, this lady. She is so stubborn. I told her to do something and she won't. No,
I don't
no.
know. I'm
I'm
stubborn.
like, you better.
Takes 5 people to get you off a panel some nights. Get off of there. What are you doing?
What are you doing there? They're treating you like shit. Get
It's
off.
like watching a toddler
Like,
go walk out into
okay,
traffic. It's
whatever.
like, get her.
Yeah. Get her off there. She needs to stop responding. And I'm going to.
You're
I know
so
everything
funny.
I need to know. So whatever. I know
There you
what I
go.
need. And like I said before, everything dark comes to light. And
Absolutely.
it will.
It does.
Just
All
have to
right,
keep.
honey.
Okay, I'm going to sign off now, everybody. You guys have a great day and be good to each other. And I'll see you later. Bye.
All right. Bye.
Oh, wait, I'm going to wave. Bye. It should